Hey everybody, the Reeswirl here, and welcome back to more of Apollo Justice Ace Attorney. I almost said Ace Attorney Apollo Justice. Got it, you can tell it's been a while since I've recorded this. I just keep managing to make myself super busy, for no real reason. My excuse this time was because I decided it would be a good idea to try and get PSP games working on PS3, and then realised how much of a terrible idea that was, because compatibility between them is real low. It's like under 50%. I tested out probably about 60 games, and of those, only 20 are working, so I just said screw it. No point. Either way, Turnabout Serenade, here we go. Let's do this. Episode 3, Turnabout Serenade. Let's rock. Whoa. Hey Lex... Hey Lex Nick. How's it going? Kind of stumbled on my words there. Oh, it's his theme. Okay. What the fuck? Oh man, look at them all. Alright. I mean, it was his theme, but it played for like 5 seconds. This party's not over yet. Get out your handkerchiefs for our special guest. That's right, baby. The night's just getting started. Alright. Thank you for coming to the Gavin as Guilty as Charged tour. This ends the first part of tonight's show. There'll now be a 20-minute intermission. Okay. Oh wow. That went on for, like, reals. That was really short for an introduction. Unless it's, quite literally, that was a brief snippet, maybe. The backstage hallway. I have no idea. This is so cool. Buzz, at a Gaviners concert. I really can't talk today, sheesh. Huh? Did you say something? My ears are still ringing. The Gaviners, putting the sick back in music. Well, I thought Mr. Gavin was really nice. Sending us those tickets at 20% off. They're hard to get a hold of, you know. When you invite people to a concert, it's usually free. Let's head to his dressing room, Apollo. You know, like we're a couple of VIPs. I've always dreamed of being a VIP at a Gaviners show. Trucy? You didn't know who Prosecutor Gavin was before that case. What kind of fan doesn't know the lead vocalist's name? Oh, this guy. Well, he was more like a prince, really. He let us in. Clavier. What a lovely name. He's so dreamy. Yeah, but I'm a girl. I'm supposed to swoon over gods of rock. God awful, maybe. I bought all their stuff on the way home from the trial. I got 12 Gaviners albums and 15 concert videos. That was quite a bit of impulse shopping. I got an advance on my next 15 years worth of allowance. For Mr. Wright, that sounds like a real act of generosity. Never seen that pose before. Who would have imagined me here? At a Gaviners concert, watching Prosecutor Gavin rock. To be honest, he was kind of cool, and I'm kind of envious. Not that I'd ever admit that to Trucy. Okay. Oh man. I'm just looking to see if there's any cameos. Not seeing any. I see there's like the Rock Badger. I don't know if that's supposed to be the Bad Badger. Maybe. Patrol guitar? Yeah, this is his theme. At least, was this what was playing? Maybe not. Ah, you made it. Mr. Gavin, thanks so much for the tickets. And the invoice you sent along with them. You were incredible up on stage, Mr. Gavin. Nothing like music to brighten the mood after a trial, yeah? And we're almost ready for our next act. I'm looking forward to it myself. What is her name? I have no idea. Lemewire? I have no idea. She's singing, right? The Siren of the Ballad. Oh yeah. That flyer said she flew all the way over for this show. That's right, I happened to catch her show while overseas. Hey Automotion, how's it going? Her voice is divine. I know I had to invite her to perform with us. Oh Christ, I can't say her name. Lemmy, that's what I'll call her. You praise me too highly. Oh! Whoa, who's this guy? He's huge. I'm glad to hear that. I'm pretty good, thank you for asking. Allow me to introduce Mr. Romain Letousse. I hate all these names because I can't say them. Lammy's manager, and her interpreter, incidentally. It is a great honour for us to be here, and a great honour for Lammy to be heard in this country. What? That voice. I wish I could understand it. It's beautiful. Oh! Whoa! Ooh. I'm just gonna call her Lammy. Letousse. Okay, not Letousse. Yeah, whatever. I'm literally the best at butchering pronunciation. Of everything. So, you know, I'm just following tradition. It's Lammy, I'm actually meeting Lammy. And I am just gonna call her Lammy. Trying to pronounce her name I'd be here forever. Mysterious songstress. So her quiet, deep song glides through the air, lilting above a sparse but elegant piano accompaniment. Now this is music. She's a real artist. Lammy says, "We have long looked forward to this joint performance." Your voice. It is art. Well, isn't he the silver-tongued devil? Yet without his piano to guide me, it is but a voice. Whoa, what? I've seen this kid somewhere before. He plays piano at all of Lammy's concerts. He's cute, and he's a really good pianist. Good pianists are a dying breed, I hear. Lamaroa. Yeah, fuck that. Lammy's easier. Allow me to introduce... God damn, I hate these! Machi. Whatever. He's blind. God, could they just give them nice and normal names, instead of shit I can't say? This is why he never strays far from Lammy. They are always together. They're like characters from some fairy tale. Sheesh. It's like God, what was the character name from Trials and Tribulations? Elise. Fucking that Donum. I could not say it. I only knew how to say it because of the anime. So Lammy, what's the word? Exotic. And mysterious. She does seem quite pretty, at least her eyes do. Hers is a kind of sightseeing musique. Huh? She travels the globe, putting the sights she sees into song. I appreciate the kind words. I myself think of myself as an idiot, but to each his own. Even though her appearance and voice are exotic, her songs remind us of something close and warm. I don't know why the hell that threw me off. Sights into song. That's so poetic. She was gracious enough to put my music to my lyrics tonight. The Guitar's Serenade. I hope you enjoy it. I can't wait. And now it is time. For the next part, we're giving the Governors hard rock a little rest. Lammy, the stage is yours. The band members will not play during Lammy's ballad. Only Machi's tender tones, and Lammy's dulcet voice. And my guitar, of course. Woohoo! Nights like this make it all worthwhile, you know? I should have learned to play the guitar. There's not much romance in Chords of Steel. Shall we hit the stage then? Good luck, Mr. Gavin. Take care your hearts aren't stolen away, yeah? I like Prosecutor Gavin. Let's get back to the concert hall, Polly. Every time I hear the name Polly, it makes me think of that damn bird. Oh, damn. Obviously, I'm not going to read the lyrics, because... Holy shit, it's animated! Whoa. Oh yeah, Goddo's my best too. My favourite as well. To be fair, I like all the prosecutors. They're all really interesting characters. But I think Goddo's the most. The coolest. What the? Whoa. Actually no, Goddo's the most mysterious, is what I was going to say, but then I was thrown off by the magic trick. Wait, what? What? I'm blown away that this is animated. Man. His guitar's still on fire though. I didn't play much of the DS version. So, did it look like that on the DS? Obviously lower quality. But was it fully animated as well? So that's impressive. Especially coming from Trials and Tribulations. Oh, it didn't. Oh, wow. That's pretty cool then. Wow, wasn't Lemmy amazing? I even cried a little. I was surprised Prosecutor Gavin actually burned his guitar. Yeah, that even surprised me, and I'm a magician. What a production. What a destruction. I don't think Prosecutor Gavin was expecting it either, oddly. Yeah, given the fact he looked like he was desperately trying to put it out, I would probably say that too. He looked as surprised as I was. Is that what they call risking life and limb for art? I think he's my new hero. I'm not sure I'd call that art. Well, what are we doing here? Let's get going to Mr. Gavin's dressing room. There's 20 minutes till the last part of the show. How many breaks does this band need? And to be fair, I was actually going to cover Apollo Justice on the DS, but then I started to like look into the smartphone versions, and I was like, these aren't actually bad. They look great. And, well, everything looks better than the DS version, so I just decided, sod it. The second trilogy I will do on Android. 'Cause why not? What the heck? Wait, what? What the heck was that? I was never consulted about it. Oh. Obviously he didn't think his guitar was going to burn up. Sorry, Mr. Gavin, sir. I never asked the man in charge. I play new rock, not great balls of fire. Speaking of fire, I have a good mind to fire whoever's responsible. He seems upset. We burnt an instrument. Apollo Justice, were you the one who tried to torch me? Hey, I didn't do it. So much for risking your life for art. The guitar serenade is ruined. Ruined. Well, let's try to talk to him at least. I'm not sure that's the best move right now. I really do like his theme though. And one thing I do know about this case is that not many people like it. But to be fair, Apollo Justice is like the most underappreciated Ace Attorney game anyway. I don't know if that's because it's a new character, and people just didn't like that, or if it's because the cases were weaker. I don't really know. I've enjoyed it. The Flaming Guitar. You mean the guitar... that wasn't part of the act? Part of the act? Who'd burn up a guitar on purpose? But it worked really well with the lyrics just then. Burning on in my heart, fire, burn my love away, all away. Oh. I didn't even notice that. To be fair, I was blown away by the animation, so I wasn't paying attention to much else. Wait, you think the audience thought it was... sounds like he got lucky. They probably thought it was part of the act. At least, I did. Oh, now he looks chipper. He got lucky, and he didn't realise it. Anyway, that guitar was the Ferrari of guitars. All the speed, all the sound, and all the price. If I'd burned one of those at every show, I'd go broke. Unusually frugal for a rock band. Try saying that to Mr. Gavin. Achtung! Today's been one disaster after another. My hog won't run, my guitar case is broken. Daddy told me there'd be days like these. Okay. Lammy's song. Wasn't Lemmy's song incredible? You worked on it too, right, Mr. Gavin? Ah, yes, thanks. It was a collaboration. I wrote the lyrics, and she wrote the melody. You know, I was surprised she could sing in English. I'm sure she practiced a long time for this day. Ah, here. Oh. It's a lyric sheet. What's this? A lyric sheet. It's yours. Oh. Signed by myself and Lemmy. Yippee, thanks so much. I'll ever get to sign a client defense agreement. Alright. So we got a lyric sheet. Almost time for the third act of the night. Oh, there's more. Yes, Lemmy's part is done. Now it's time for us to drop our groove again, yeah? Hope you're ready to catch it. Woohoo! Ready, Apollo? I think I'll pass. Eh? I like the bit with Lemmy, but the rest could use a volume knob, turned way down. Ah, Apollo, you're getting old. Does 22 qualify as old to a 15-year-old? That's how old he is. Well, I'm going. Let the old folks rest backstage, yeah? Time to rock. Wow. Hey, you're older than I am. So he's 22. I thought he was older. Although, at the same time, I also thought he was younger. Well, because in the first case... Well, second case... Was it Emma? That everybody thought that him and Trucy were kids, so... I just assumed he was younger than he is. Hey, look who it is! Speaking of the devil. Hey, it's you, that right kid. Detective Sky. I'll let that right kid business pass. Call me Emma. There's no need for titles once you've shared a bottle of fingerprinting powder. That's a new one. So, Emma, what are you doing here? Isn't it obvious? I'm snacking. You think I want to be here? Me in charge of security in this pit? Security? Did something happen? There's no knowing with that glimmerous fop. Apparently, he's all upset because something was stolen. He wanted security back here during the concert. What does he get off acting like he's some big rock star? He is a big rock star. Hey, you listening to me? So, where's this door here lead to? This one? That's Lemmy's dressing room. What the fuck? Wait, what? A hot dog? I think it's a hot dog. Looks like a hot dog. Maybe just a sausage. Yeah, whatever. Don't even think of going in there unless you want a piece of snackoos, and it's just snackaroos, in your face. Is she ever in a good mood, I wonder? Of course she is, when she's, you know, fingerprinting stuff. Oh, it says guilty as charged. God, my eyes aren't working today. That's great. I thought it said guilty gear. Why that would be in an Ace Attorney game? Who knows? Let's examine the doors. So this is Lemmy's dressing room. If you even think about going in there, I'll... That was a gunshot. What was that? That was 2 gunshots. Was that a gunshot? And that was a crash. Something's going on. Oh, the music. You, out of my way. Emma. Lemmy. Lemmy. It's not locked. I'm going in. Wait, is she going to be the one that dies? Oh, you can hear them playing outside. Oh god, that's strange. What's that awful noise? Oh, it's the concert. Oh wow, what a sick burn. Oh oh no. Oh, this is a fucking frame job. It's Lemmy's manager, Mr. What's his name? Latouz. Oh no. Hey you. Me? What's this room for me? I have to call for backup. Right, understood. You want me to make sure no one comes in, right? And don't touch anything. I'll be right back. Yeah, I can. It looks like one of those frame jobs where they've wrote out a person's name in blood. Don't understand why they constantly do that, because it never works. What's going on? I just talked to him, and now... Oh, he ain't dead. Okay, never mind. He's alive? Mr. Latouz, can you hear me? Oh god. Shot. I was shot. Well, yeah. Who? Who shot you? I don't know. Ask. Ask what? Ask witness. Witness? There was a witness? Who? Cold. So cold. Witness. You're cold? Don't worry. You're going to be fine. Help is on the way. Can't see. Hang in there, Mr. Latouze. Tell me, who is the witness? The witness is Siren. Oh! Siren? No, it is in Siren of the Ballad. How can a siren witness anything? And now he'll die. Oh, what do you know? Mr. Latouze. Yipes. Emma? What was that? Who's there? What's wrong? Emma, did you see anyone just now? Huh? No. I could have sworn I heard a door close. The concert's been cancelled. Backup's on its way. Is Mr. Latouze... He was alive. He's dead, isn't he? It's terrible. I lost him. So, the witness is... of course. The witness is the one person that can't speak English, and he was her interpreter. Fuck! So, is it Romain? Latouze shot. And I heard his last words. The witness is the siren. Whatever that means. How dense are you, Apollo? It was literally like 5 minutes ago when they mentioned what she was called. Why is that on the floor? The venue's locked down. We took names and addresses before letting the crowd go. Good work, Darian. I'll let you know if I find out anything about the victim. Later. I mean, he cool. What is that on the ground? It's it's investigation time then. Yeah, Frau Lane detective. I don't need some rock and rolling prosecutor to tell me that. One request I must make. Tell no one, on staff or otherwise, anything of this. Ooh, a gag order. No word gets out, other than that Mr. Latouze is dead. No word of the cause of death, or of the murder. Tell no one. Not even Lammy? Not even her. We must keep everything under wraps, but it sounds like Lammy is the witness, so... Oh, one other thing. I'll need your signature on this, Hair Forehead. Yours too, Frau Lane. On that? An investigation request. Why just us? You two are civilians. It's standard procedure. That should be okay to sign, I think. Sign Prosecutor Gavin's investigation request. Right, well, get started with the investigation. I'm on it already. Oh dear. One tip for you. Huh? Me? He didn't say Hair Forehead. Try not to get in the Frau Lane detective's way. I never know. Frau Lane, Fräulein, I say both. She's in a foul mood today. She is always in a foul mood. Gee, I wonder why. We were all questioned as witnesses. And now none of us can go home. We'll investigate, alright. Our way. Bum bum bum. What is that on the ground? I keep seeing it and I want to investigate it. Somehow I don't see us getting back to that crime scene anytime soon. I still can't believe I was there when it happened. Not an experience I care to repeat anytime soon. This is no time for navel-gazing. Let's crack this case. Don't worry about Trucy. She seems to have a very loose idea of what it means to be an attorney. Of course, that's not surprising considering who her father is. Something the matter? No. Let's get cracking. Can I investigate? And the only one who was there. The only one who heard Mr. Latouze's last words. The siren. The witness is the siren. First order of business is to find out what he meant by siren. God, Apollo, you're stupid. I already know, can I just go and talk to Lammy? Right, I love it. I want to examine. Because this has been bugging me ever since I saw it. It's an earpiece. Future phone. I mean, that's not entirely ridiculous, it's just... it made me giggle. What's that? It looks like some kind of future phone. Not a phone, a transceiver. It's called a headset. What's a headset doing on the floor? Wait, do you think Mr. Latou's might have been wearing it? Maybe. Like one of those bodyguards? I don't think he was wearing one when we first met. The LED on this thing is lit. It must be on. Okay. Well, I did the thing. I'm able to go back to the crime scene? Wait. Yeah, this is the crime scene. So I am allowed back. How nice. Oh, it's you. I figured you'd come. You have to let us investigate the scene, please. You're attorneys, no? Shouldn't you wait until you have a client? Matthews did tell me to ask the witness the siren. With his dying breath, no less. Doesn't that count? Glare at me all you want. You'll get no snacks from me. Please. Think of poor Lemmy. Oh well, I suppose. You did find the body with me. Great, let's get to it. Right. Just try not to touch anything. She's letting us look, and she's not munching her snacks. This bodes well. There are clues here. I can feel it. My spidey sense is tingling. Leave no hanger unhung, no spot unspotted. Oh yeah. So it's examine time. Ooh, look at that. There's a watermelon with two bites bitten out of it. Yeah, guilty as charged toy is what that says, not guilty gear. So, what looks out of place? Nothing. There is a gun. So you know that's a good start. This is the murder weapon, isn't it? This revolver. That's right, a big 45 caliber revolver. Wow. I wonder who brought this in here. Security? I thought only police were allowed to have one of those. Lots of dots. Why are you giving me that look? I didn't do it. I didn't. Listen, I was out in the hall eating snackoos when it happened. I know. I was with you. Oh, right. No one here thinks you did it, Emma. It's hard to tell with you sometimes, Apollo. Hey, what have I done? Wait, if the killer brought a revolver, it must mean they had planned this from the start. That's right? I mean, maybe. They could have just acquired it from somewhere else, though. Right, what else is there? I mean, there's this on the floor, but I don't think this will be anything useful. What is this? Do not open. I don't know, it just looks like there's something on it. Look, there's a little window over here. Maybe the killer escaped through that. Yeah, sure. It's barely big enough for me to get my head through. Not to mention it only opens a crack. What? I'm just saying it's possible. Right. No harm in that. Except I'm pretty sure it's impossible. You could peek into the room through it. Or through it, though, you know. Oh. So they could have shot through there, maybe. There's a hanger. No clues here. Oh, but it's a hairdryer. You never know, it could have been something. Can I actually talk to Emma? Oh, I can. I like how I can talk to her when she's not even here. I want to talk to her the traditional way, so... Whoop. There she is. God, that's just weird. The victim. Mr. Romain Latou's, wasn't it? He was Lemmy's manager. And interpreter, apparently. This was his first time in the country. So I'm guessing he doesn't know many people here. Doesn't seem likely. Nor can I think of anyone, pardon me, with a motive to murder him. Except for one person, of course. One person? Who? Lemmy. No one here might have might have had a motive, but she's from... What are you talking about? Hey, it was Emma's idea. I said nothing. Always with the snacks. That's all she does. I mean, even on my thumbnail, that's all she does. Like, on the thumbnail, it shows her snacking. Like, that's the only thing Emma does. He's a big man. Or was. I don't think even I would win in a fight with him. Which is why whoever it was used a revolver, I'm guessing. We sent a request to the... Oh! I know that place. That was in Ace Attorney Investigations 1. I should have actually recognised the symbols, because that was, one of the characters from that case, the airplane case, spoke in the same way, and then he switched to using English, which was nice. So we sent a request to the Borginian embassy for more info on him. The crime. He was shot. Well, you and I know more about the crime than anyone. You do? That's true. It was us who found the body. Whoa! God, I'm seeing so many different animations. What? I guess that's what I missed for watching the concert. Hey, I wish I was watching the concert. Anything would be better than this. Well, we know the crime took place during the concert. When we heard the shot and entered the room, the killer was already gone. What? But that doesn't make sense. You came in when you heard the shot and no one was here? How did they leave the room? I think they shot from a different room. That window is a little too small, isn't it? I think they left it. No, not left it. I think they shot him through the window. That's the only Oh god, they shot a few times. I just noticed the things in the wall. What the heck? They aren't a good shot. The mystery of the disappearing killer. Alright, well I've said everything to her. What else is there? I'm looking for stuff. Usually, when there's something you can examine, it sticks out like I saw bloody thumb. This time, not so much. I see something on the ground. It's probably nothing important. Ooh, what a pretty brooch. Oh, Emma. You're not going to say, can I have it, please, are you? Oh. Look, you may be a cute little girl of 15, but that doesn't get you any special treatment with me. Oh. It's not healthy to envy the young, Emma. It's not about envy, it's about tampering with evidence. Note to self, Emma lacks a sense of humour. Use caution. You need to learn to respect your elders a little. You're like 2 years older than me. Something seems so familiar about that brooch. Wait a minute. I don't know if this will lead anywhere, but it's always a good idea to check. Oh, I can't even see. Well, I was hoping I'd be able to see, like, just the top, so then I'd be able to point out. No. Interesting hairstyle. So we found a brooch, found the gun, you know, the most obvious of things. I'm really, like, trying to find these other things. I have already looked at the window, but I still see something in it. Or at least it looks like there's something in it. Okay, maybe not. Bum, 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 bum. There we go. I didn't really examine the body. That's a body, isn't it? No, it's a mannequin. Whoa! She put on the glasses. Sure is. The victim, no less. Let's take a closer look. Go ahead, Apollo. You first. Me? No, you should go first, Trucy. Really? You two stop bickering and get over here. She's munching on snackoos again. Hope she's not too annoyed. Hold the phone. That probably did say a name, but it's been rubbed out. So maybe he did do the cliche, write their name in my blood sort of thing. But he wasn't dead, so I have no idea. Is that blood? Why don't you examine this one, Apollo? You know more about red stuff than I do. Yep. Says who? Something is strange about this blood, though. It's been smudged. Is that what it looks like? No, it's more the fact it's smudged. It definitely says something, but someone rubbed it away. He's also clenching something. Apollo, look at this hand. He's holding something. Hey, no touching. You can throw all the snacks at me you'd like, Emma. But sooner or later, you're going to run out of them. You raise a good point. I'm a bit intrigued by this scene. Let's take a look. Ah, see there? He's holding something. What's this? Ooh, it's a keyring. You think it might belong to the killer? Certainly a possibility. What an unusual keyring, and what unusual keys. This could be a vital clue. I've not actually examined my evidence. Well, not so much examined it. I've not really read what it says. Contains the lyrics to Lammy's ballad. Okay, click. There we go, thank you. Information concerning the crime to be restricted to the police or to police and related parties. To ensure the efficiency and secrecy of our investigation, the bearer is hereby ordered to speak to no one outside the investigation concerning any details of the case. Okay. Bum bum ba-da-dum bum 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 bum. The murder weapon, a deadly high-caliber revolver. Found at the crime scene, seems strangely familiar. I'm assuming that's Lammy's brooch. Lammy or the piano players? I would have guessed. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh god. Oh no. My frames. Okay there. Whew. I have no idea what the fuck caused that. Jesus. So Latou's died clutching this. Note the heart-shaped ring. Oh, I don't actually want to check it. Shit. Oh look, they have a guitar key! Oh, that's cute. Maybe I will check it. No, if that, like, lag thing happens again, I'll just close some background programs. I don't know what it is that causes it. It's not like my computer being pushed to the limit or anything, it's just BlueStacks being a memory hog, I think. And conflicting with other things. Alright. I mean, I've looked at everything. Is there out else? No. What if I present? Boom. Kabloosh. So this is the murder weapon. This revolver is incredibly heavy. It's been fired twice. You can still smell the gunpowder. Wait, it's been fired twice. Did the bullet pass through him? And then hit the wall? Because there's 2 indents in the wall. Oh. I'm trying to think of what the hell. Gunshot marks. That's odd. What's odd? Oh, nothing. I like how she's looking directly at the bullets. Or the bullet holes. Hey, no fair, tell us. It's just, something about this revolver seems strange. Strange? Okay. What is strange? It's a murder weapon. What do you think about this revolver? Well, it's pretty big. And heavy. That's right, it's a .45 caliber. That makes it one of the deadliest revolvers around. Even the police don't carry guns this big. Really? Yeah, it doesn't make sense. You don't need so much power to kill at such close range. It's overkill. Oh, okay. I'm not sure I see the problem. I mean, whenever I go out to eat curry, I order it extra spicy, just to be sure it's spicy. Where is this analogy going? Of course, I can only ever eat 1 or 2 bites. And that's not a problem. There's another thing about a gun this big. It puts a lot of strain on the shooter. Strain? Yeah. Say, if you were to fire this revolver, the recoil would probably dislocate your shoulder. Oh. So basically someone tough had to be the one to shoot it. It's like the shooter's a victim too. Yet the killer used this revolver, and quite well. I'm guessing whoever did it was used to shooting. Used to shooting a high caliber weapon. Well, that's about it. I think we've looked at just about everything there is. I guess you're right. I know how you're feeling. It is hard to know when to stop. But anything more involved has to wait until the squad gets here. I suppose. I'll go report the evidence. Sorry, but could you wait here till I get back? Huh? Oh, actually, we have to... Great, thanks. Wow, way to leave me. She left. What a bitch. What do we do, Apollo? She told us to wait. Great, now how am I supposed to investigate? Oh well, I guess it can't be helped. Let's go. Huh? Go? Time's a wasting, Apollo. We've got a lot of ground to cover. Well, that's true, but... On second thought, why not? I'm sure everything will be fine. Of course it will. Let's go. She'll just be pissed at us the next time we see her. It'll be fine. Backstage hallway. I mean, there's a cameo in the hallway. The Blue Badger. Oh, there's two Blue Badgers. Hello. Jesus. Who's there? We didn't just imagine that, did we? He was wearing a silk hat. Friend of yours? He did look like a magician. Hardly. Whoever that was, he sure looked suspicious. Wait a minute. I've just noticed something very familiar. Or very similar. This brooch. I've only just noticed. It looks oddly familiar to the one Trucy wears. Kind of. It basically the only similar thing is the fact they're both diamond shaped. It did look rather suspicious. Maybe the brooch was his. Dun dun dun. Right at stage. Here we go! In the wings. Whoa! God, he's pissed again. What is it with today? Problem after problem. You ain't kidding. It's the two leading members of the Gabiners. Apollo. Clavier on vocals, and Darian on guitar. They're so cool. I've a hard time thinking of... I still don't know how you say his name. Clavier? Whatever. As anything but a prosecutor, honestly. I mean, he is both. Huh? What are they arguing about? Probably the case, I'd bet. My hog won't start, my guitar case is busted, my guitar's been burnt to a crisp, and to top it all off, someone's dead. And then there was that performance just now. What was that all about? Hey man, don't blame me. You were the one who missed the cue. Me? Miss a cue? How could I conceivably get the most important part of that song wrong? How? What was all that tinny playing of yours? Who are you calling tinny? Sounds like they're having a spat. One of those differences in musical direction bands are always splitting up over. This is hardly the time. What are you two doing here? Hiya. Okay. We were just discussing the investigation, if you don't mind. Sorry, wait. You were what? Listen. You need to confirm that with the Republic of Virginia, Detective Crescent. Right. Anything else? What did he just call him? Detective? Ah, greetings. Whoa! Oh god, his hair's real long. Not gonna say what it looks like. But it is, very specifically shaped. Darian Crescent, Criminal Affairs Division 3. Oh! Are all the members of the Gabiners, like, part of, law? Hello. Criminal Affairs. You really don't know anything about the Gabiners, do you? Nope. Something tells me that's about to be remedied. The case. About the crime. Which crime do you mean? The murder, what else? Oh, that. For me, today has been a hit parade of crimes, you see. Prosecutor Gavin was singing the blues earlier, wasn't he? Something about his hog and his guitar case. And his guitar. Anyway, I'm afraid you know more about the killing of Mr. Latou's than I do. For now, at least. Huh? You were the one who found the body, yeah? While we were in the middle of a performance, no less. Aren't you going to examine the crime scene, Prosecutor Gavin? I'll leave that to Frau Lane Detective. Wouldn't want to step on her toes. They're not exactly the best buddies, are they? Emma and Prosecutor Gavin, I mean. Well, what to do next? We've already checked out the scene. Prosecutor Gavin may be right. We might be the most informed for once. Maybe Prosecutor Gavin can shed some light on things we found. Maybe. The Gabiners. I don't believe you, Apollo. How can you come to this concert and not know about the Governors? It's not surprising. Why, even our ancestors knew nothing of America's existence once. I know America exists. The Governors aren't just an average rock band, Apollo. Each member is connected to the police somehow. Okay. The police? The real police. By day they pack heat, but by night they heat up the stage. By day those lips interrogate, by night they sing songs of unrequited passion. Okay. They debuted 7 years ago with 13 years hard time for love. Then came Love with No Chance of Parole and My Boyfriend is the Prosecution's Witness. The list of hits goes on and on. This here's my right-hand man, Darian Crescent. I make the melodies and he attacks them with his guitar. He's a bit of a rogue, really. And this guy's a bit of a perfectionist. When a performance goes the least bit wrong, he goes into this funk. Just like today. I'd hope murder would be a bit more off-putting than a ruined concert. The concert today? A disaster. I'll get to the bottom of this, and then we'll see who missed a cue. The missed cue? They were arguing about that before. Great, I love nothing more than questioning tormented artists. The missed cue? Tell me more. What's this missed cue you keep talking about? Aha, you heard it, didn't you? From the audience? But actually, I didn't notice anything. See? No amateur is going to pick up on that. Oh god, it moves. Oh no. It's more and more like, oh god, stop moving. Oh god, why did they have to animate something that looks so specifically like one of those? Can you guarantee an entire audience of amateurs? No. Now take a listen to this. What's that? A mixing board. We used it to record our concert tonight. Aren't we supposed to be investigating a murder? Well, we've come this far. Might as well go all the way. I've always wanted to learn about the recording industry. Okay, so what am I doing? Whoa, what the fuck is this? This is but one of the devices used in recordings. What the balls? We're a 5-part band. This lets us record each member's performance separately. You use the sliders to adjust the volumes for each part. Check it out! Wait, what? Oh! Oh, that's cool. Wow, neat. So, could you say... hear only the drum part? Of course. That's how we'll find the criminal guilty of missing his cue tonight. I'm more concerned with the other criminal. The one who kills people. You want help on the case? Then help me with mine. I guess rock and roll comes before prosecuting. Let's begin. First, we bring up the part of the performance in question. You simply choose the section of the song you wish to hear on the bottommost bar. Like so. Right. There it is. Now listen. Okay, so it's in 4 parts. Was something wrong? You couldn't hear it? Listen again, closely. The timing's a little off, isn't it? You see? There, right at the most important part. And even an amateur can hear it. An amateur with a mixing board, maybe. You're missing the point. We'll never stamp out crime until we're perfect. Perfect! Here he goes again. Right, Herr Amateur. You will prove my point. Huh? Me? You will find the miscue. Ah, great. You will tell us which instrument, which part, is the guilty party. But how? Did I not just explain it? Use these sliders to adjust the volume for each part. Then you will find the part that hopelessly bungles the cue. You'll find it with your untrained amateur ears. Nothing to do but try, Apollo. I guess. I'll admit, this looks kinda fun. First, a quick review. Use the sliders to adjust volumes. Press a section of the song you wish to hear on the bottom bar. Yes, sliders in the bar, got it. Once you've found the guilty part, press the corresponding number. Time to rock. Okay. Well, first and foremost, whoosh, whoosh, Whoosh! I'll listen to each part. Do 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 do. Okay, that's number 1. God, this one's harder to hear. Oh God. Okay, so they all get lower in tone, don't they? Boop. Oh God. Wait, whoa. God, that sounds real bad. Either way, listen to the other two. Oh God, it's doing it again. Shit. And I need to wait for it to buff out, and then I can close some fucking programs. Ah, crap. The weirdest thing is, it's super slow, as you can see. But it's not, like, affecting OBS. Oh, never mind. It is affecting OBS. Great. There we go, buffed out. I am just going to close something. That'll do. Oh God. Close everything. Are we good? Think I'm good? Yeah, there we go. Cool. And finally, whoosh. I think I know who missed their cue. Cool. Either way, the person that missed their cue was number 2. Right at the end. Boink. Whoa. Wait, actually... Oh, yeah, I'm assuming. Fucking... I forgot I turned up the volume. This part is off. Which is that? Second guitar. Ah. It was you, Darian. Oh well, looks like the cat's out of the bag. Ah well, that's all you have to say. That kind of attitude lets killers walk free, Darian. Here they go again. Maybe it wasn't such a good idea to ask about the concert. It's starting to feel like we're just wasting time. It's all experience under our belts. That can't be bad. Oh, we got the mixing board added. And we got a theme. I still can't get over the title for that song. Guilty Love. Wait, what? Also music to be played on separate tracks. Touch the check button. Yeah. Okay. Okay, I can't speak about anything. We mentioned about a song being called Guilty Love. And that was basically it. Can I present anything? Lyric sheet. Trying to think what would be good. Could present the keyring. Know anything about this? I was wondering if you knew anything about this. That... Does it look familiar? Familiar? It's mine. That's my keyring. I've been looking all over for it. What? This is yours, Mr. Gavin? I knew it. Apollo. How can you make that I knew it face? This is the keyring that was... Yeah, I know. Thanks anyway. So, where did you find it? Actually, the victim was holding it. Like he was trying to keep it from the killer. Even if it meant his life. What? The victim? You mean Mr. Latouche had my keys? Indeed. When will my trials be over? Speaking of trials, I've never heard Mr. Gavin whine and call like he has been today. Emma was right about the fop. I'll give her that. Apollo! Mr. Gavin, maybe we can help. Tell us about your troubles today. I really don't think that's... Tell us! And we'll keep mum about the keyring for now. Are you blackmailing me, Fraulein? Yes. Yes, we are. Okay, so your troubles. You were saying something about your motorcycle not starting. And something about your guitar case being busted? You're well informed. You mentioned it a few times. It all happened this morning. It's all this keyring's fault. The keyring? It's got all my keys on it, yeah? My bike key, my car key, and the key to my guitar case. Wait, so this keyring... It disappeared. I thought I put it in my jacket pocket. Prosecutor Gavin's keyring disappeared. I had to come to the concert by taxi. How embarrassing. And in order to get my guitar out, I had to break the lock. Wait, this guitar wasn't the one that... The very one. Up in flames. Oh my. And right on stage too. I actually thought that was part of the show. Crazy. And to top it off, Mr. Latouche's life was taken. Nobody told me about days like these. Strange days indeed. You think? What's wrong, Trucy? Well, I was just trying to make sense of everything. First this heart-shaped keyring gets stolen. Then a very expensive guitar flares up on stage. Then Mr. Latouche dies. Yes, and? Could it all really be just a coincidence? Coincidence? Meaning... Darian, can you make any sense of all this? Hey, don't look at me. What do you think, Apollo? Huh? I have no idea what you're on about. I mean, either Mr. Gavin's having a really bad day, or all this was planned. Oh, you aren't thinking what I think you're thinking. Are you? Are you, Fraulein? I am. What? What? Hey, don't leave me in the dark with Spike here. The name's Apollo, but yeah, I agree. Don't leave us in the dark. What are you talking about? Haven't you noticed a connection, Apollo? A curious connection between all of Mr. Gavin's troubles today. Well, I have noticed. I'm just gonna double check. What do these say? Oh! Oh, that night in your embrace when you stole away the keys. Well, there you go, there's one part. So, wrap yourself around me and now through the air I fly. Yeah, that's that one. Yeah, when his guitar... Oh, shit! Yeah, it is! They're all connected. I didn't notice the bullet. Burning on in my heart when his guitar caught fire. And then the bullet when Latouche died. What the heck? That's crazy. I have noticed. You know something was bugging me too. That keyring, and the guitar, and the body. Slow down there, Polly. You look a wee bit dizzy. He's bluffing. He hasn't figured it out. Oh god, can your penis hairs just stop flapping around? Fess up. If you're a man, you're as clueless as I am. Huh? No, give her forehead a chance. Let's see your evidence to the connection, shall we? Your evidence? I better think of something pronto. Come on, let's see it. What's the connection between all of Mr. Gavin's troubles? This, of course. Don't need to scream at them, though. It's this, isn't it? A lyric sheet. The guitar serenade? What's that got to do with anything? It has everything to do with everything. Though I wouldn't have believed it if the Fraulein hadn't pointed it out. What are you talking about, man? Enough with the riddles. God, he's got his penis pointed at you. Penis hair, I should say. Maybe it is a coincidence, or perhaps it meant something, or means something. Don't you think, Fraulein? I do. Everything that's happened to Mr. Gavin today is predicted in the lyrics of this song. What? No way. The song's prediction. Look, just think about everything that's happened to Mr. Gavin. Let's list them in order that they occurred. While reading this lyric sheet, first the keyring was stolen. And not just any keyring, a heart-shaped keyring. Oh yeah! That's right here. Yeah, stole away my keys, my heart held on to so tight. This is a heart holding onto keys. And next his guitar burst into flame. Burning on in my heart, fire burned my love away. And then Mr. Latouze was killed. Like a bullet of love, fire take my life away. But that's crazy. Yeah, no kidding. So everything that happened today, here, this song predicted it all? Or perhaps it was the other way around. Huh? The criminal could have based his crime on the lyrics. But who would go through all that trouble? Someone who moves in mysterious ways, no doubt. I believe you've stumbled upon something quite vital, and quite annoying, Fraulein. Yeah, we've seen that animation a few times now. She looks pleased. The lyrics predicting the crime. Clavier. Seems a bit more than just a coincidence to me. I have to agree. The keyring, the guitar, and the murder. The keyring might have been dropped by accident, yet the victim was holding it. Hard to think that it was unconnected. That's true. Prosecutor Gavin's as calm and collected as ever. So the criminal matched their actions to the lyrics? That sounds likely. Why would anyone do that? While we think about that, I'm going to get cracking on the biggest crime here. I'm going to talk to the Borginian embassy about this Mr. Latouze. Right. Thanks, Darian. I'll leave the pondering of mysteries to you. I'm out of here. Oh, please. Get out of here with your flappy feckin' hair. Ugh. A foreign national, Mr. Latouze, was killed. It seems like that would have to be the point of all this. But they did more than that. They left us with not only a murder, but a mystery. Mr. Gavin sure is irritable today. Maybe this is the real Prosecutor Gavin we don't get to see in the courtroom. I've had enough, frankly. If you find any more mysteries, do me a favour and keep them to yourselves, yeah? Yeah. I guess this is all we're going to get from Prosecutor Gavin. That leaves Lemmy to question. Prosecutor Gavin, do you know where Lemmy is now? Ah, I had her go to my dressing room. With that pianist. Oh, Machi, of course. She seemed rather shocked by Miss Latouze's sudden passing. The Gaviner's dressing room. Got it. Okay, so that's where we're going now. Backstage. Him again! Oh no, his brooch. He actually has one on. It's nice and blue. Who's there? There he goes. There he goes again. Who is that guy? Huh? Trucy? You know, he did look sort of familiar. So he is a friend of yours? No, that's not it. Sorry, I don't remember. Curiouser and curiouser. Right. The Governor's dressing room. Whoop. Lemmy. What has happened? Wait a minute. She can speak. I heard that Mr. Latouze has died. Lemmy, you speak? I mean, you speak English. Ah, yes. I was invited here from the Republic of Borginia. But I'm not Borginian by birth. But wasn't Mr. Latouze your interpreter? Ah, that. Yes, well... It was Mr. Latouze's idea. He thought it would add to the mystery, you see. Then your pianist is also... No, Machi is Borginian. He does not speak English. Now please, tell me. What has happened to Mr. Latouze? Why did he... Actually, Mr. Latouze was... Trucy! Huh? Remember what Prosecutor Gavin said? Not a word. But Mr. Latouze is Lemmy's manager. That's not fair to her. I mean, isn't she a related party? Precisely who Prosecutor Gavin doesn't want to alert, I'd suspect. All we have been told is to wait here in this room. It's very unsettling. I'm sorry, we're trying to figure it out ourselves. Do you think I could ask you some questions? Of course, I'm always willing to help. She's as calm as she looked on stage. I can't put my finger on why, but I like this Lemmy. What is it, Machi? What? But you'd be alone. What seems to be the problem? Machi, he is not good around strangers. He wishes to go out for a breath of fresh air. Would that be alright? Sure, of course. Okay. Very well. What is it you wish to ask me about? First and foremost, do you recognize this? That reminds me. Does this brooch look familiar to you? My brooch? Yes. Well, it may be mine. Yours, Lemmy? I was wearing a brooch earlier, you see. I must have lost it. Well, that explains the brooch we found. It was Lemmy's. Thank you. I was wondering where I dropped it. So this brooch belongs to her. That begs the question. Is something wrong, Apollo? What was this brooch doing at the crime scene? Oh, let's have a word. So, Lemmy. Oh, pardon me. The Republic of Borginia. That's in Northern Europe, right? I've never even heard of it. I started out singing in a restaurant. Then a producer called me. Before I knew it, here I am. You don't say. You know, my daddy plays piano in a restaurant. Producers tend to look for talent, Trucy. Lemmy, you're not from Borginia originally? Were you born here? Well... Oh, is that supposed to be a secret? Image is everything when you're a star. I know a bit about that, of course. Ah yes, it is something like this. A contract, you might say. I'm also not to speak anything but Borginese in public. Image is important, I guess. She's not all image, though. Her songs are lovely. A real landscape painter in sound. A painter in what? She travels the world, turning the sights she sees into music. That's the secret to your music's beauty, right? You're very perceptive. Oh, I use your songs all the time in my stage act. I don't have to pay royalties for that, do I? Stop while you're ahead, Trucy. This landscape painter in sound too is an image. Yet without it, my songs would not be so widely heard. They even call you the Siren of the Ballad, right? Yes, in Borginese, Lammy means the siren. I fear that perhaps already I am not the siren I once was. Ah, we learnt about the siren. Machi. Your pianist, Machi, was it? He's cute, like a porcelain doll. He's very European. I met him while singing in restaurants in Borginia. He is an orphan, yet his playing is exquisite. Soon he came to live with me. It's like a fairy tale, almost. I notice he hardly leaves your side. Yes, well, he is blind. Oh, pardon me. At first I hesitated at dragging him across the world. He doesn't speak English either, does he? He had never left Borginia before we met. I made his presence part of my contract. Machi and I together are Lammy. Together, always. Mr. Latouze? Mr. Latouze was my new manager. New? Yes, from 3 months ago. Around when I received Mr. Gavin's invitation to come. I met Mr. Latouze at my office. He was to be my manager and bodyguard. And, as it turned out, my interpreter. Interpreter? Even though you speak English? Yes, but we were to visit more places than just here. We had a concert in Japan scheduled after this one. Though I fear that may have to be cancelled now. Was Mr. Latouze from the Republic of Virginia too? Well, he was only with me for 3 months. I'm afraid there is much I do not know about him. And now I shall never know. No one will even tell me why he has died. I'm sorry. Prosecutor Gavin said we weren't to talk to anyone. Mr. Latouze was a talented man. The Siren of the Ballad. That phrase was his idea, you know. I'm happy for him that it has become so well known. The siren? That's what he meant. Huh? Apollo? You were the Siren, right, Lemmy? That is the meaning of my name in Borginese, yes. It was the name my producer gave me, but why do you ask? It's very important. I had to know for sure if the Siren was you. What do you mean, important? I'll tell you. You deserve to know. The Siren. Siren. It turns out that's a very important word in this case. How? When we found Mr. Latou's, he was still alive. What? I heard him say something. His last words. Mr. Latou's, can you hear me? Ask witness. Hang in there, Mr. Latou's. Tell me, who was the witness? The witness is... Siren. In which case, Lemmy would have known that he's dead. He said Siren. Really? But I'm sure that's what he said. Mr. Latou said that. Ask the witness. And you're the Siren, Lemmy. Did you see what happened? No response, Lemmy. Might I ask, are you with the police? Well, no, I'm a defense attorney. An attorney? Yet there have been no arrests, yes? Is that a problem? Does an attorney not work for a client? If you have no client, you should leave the investigation to the police, I think. Okay. Her tone has changed a lot. But Lemmy, I'm sorry, but I cannot answer your questions. I'm afraid you lack the authority to ask them. Why? If she witnessed the crime, why won't she tell us? I believe we are through here. I believe so. Okay. Her tone changed a lot. Bitch. We're trying to find out what happened to your boss. Man. Give us a hand, jeez. Is Emma still here? Oh. I guess. Actually, to be fair, there was one thing I never did in this room. I never examined. But to be fair, I don't even think there's anything useful in here. Doesn't look like it. These? Yeah. I could try. Look, it's a postcard of Lemmy. What are these letters at the bottom? I've never seen these before. Must be her native tongue, Borginese. A landscape painter in sound. This is how it would translate, roughly. Please, take one. A landscape painter in sound. That's a nice image. Okay, I guess that's what I missed. So now the game will continue? Or because I missed a damn postcard. Which means it's important. I should probably check the back of it. Or something. Oh no, you never know what might be on it. Own publicity postcard. Okay, I can't actually check it. Never mind. There we go. Whoa, who's there now? Hey! Ah, it's you. Where were you? Emma. Is something wrong? She looks grumpier than usual. You bet something's wrong, the impossible's happened. It's all your fault, you know. What, has the body disappeared? Awesome. Crazy shit. Oops, maybe this is about us leaving the crime scene. What do you mean by impossible? Well, it's gone. Utterly gone. What's gone? I made a shitty joke, and it's true! The body's stupid. What else? Mr. Latou's body has disappeared. What? Oh dear. Oh. Ah, Prosecutor Gavin. From your vacant stare, I gather you've heard the news. I heard Mr. Latou's body has gone missing. Look for yourself. Oh yeah, it has. Quite the pickle. Quite the pickle. How can you just stand there? We have to start the invest... There's no need for alarm. Frowling Detective. All entrances and exits have been sealed. The body will not leave the building. So, I suggest we go find ourselves a cadaver. There will be plenty of time to ponder the whys later. Well, you seem pretty sure of yourself, Mr. Gavin. Oh, we'll find him. I'm rather enjoying this. How could Mr. Lutus's body just disappear? Well, you heard the man. Let's get searching. Oh! Hey, I don't know if this is exactly the right time, but... Yes, Darian? See, Geeta's gone missing. It was in the dressing room. Geeta? Who's Geeta? That's what I call my guitar. You like, man? Your guitar was stolen? This hasn't been a good day for guitars or Geetas. Okay, body first, then guitar. And if someone finds that guitar, please bring it to our dressing room. Geeta's like a missing person, not lost and found, man. Jesus, what the fuck? Disappearing it. Well, this sure is a... what did he call it? A sausage? No, wait, it's a pickle. And it's your pickle. I told you to stay in the room. Sorry, not much else I can say. It's alright. Top priority now is finding that body. You can make it up to me later. 10 bags or so of chocolate snackoos should do the trick nicely. You should watch your sugar intake, Emma. Where could I go to? There's literally nothing I could do. Examining wise. Stage? Where would a body hide? Oh, that's their logo. That's what was on the mirror. In the wings. Does something seem different to you, Apollo? Something is definitely different here. Pardon me. Let's check it out. Is it this? Examine everything. I can examine everything. Whatever. That stage there must have been lowered before. That's the tower that Lemmy and Prosecutor Gavin were singing on. Someone must have raised it. I don't see a way to control it from here. Apollo, what about that ladder there against the wall? We could use that to take a look up top. Maybe we should get Emma. What are you talking about? We have to see this sort of thing for ourselves. I'm not so good with heights. Stop whining and start climbing. Ugh. That's one way of doing it. Didn't look that high from below, really. But when we got to the top, I felt every one of those 20 feet down. Of course, I wasn't thinking about the height anymore. Not after what we found up there. The body. The body. We found two things we were looking for, and one thing we never expected to find. The body and the guitar. What? Whoa, what? The body, guitar in hand, and the pianist. Machi... whatever your name is. What the fuck? They moved the body, gave it a guitar, and the pianist ended up there too? Huh? That's confusing. And we're back at the office. What the shit? Well, that concert last night sure went south in a hurry. No kidding. Why did they arrest Machi? Why? Don't look at me like it's my fault. Machi, the blind pianist. Arrested on suspicion of murdering Romain Letouze. Can't believe such a cute little boy could do something so horrible. I guess they had proof of some kind. What proof could possibly prove that? Morning. Prosecutor Gavin. What a night, eh? I apologise for being so upset. Mr. Gavin, do you know what's going on? Why did they arrest Machi? Why? Don't look at him like it's his fault either. It was tough for me too. We performed together that night after all. Yet. The powers that be say that given the circumstances, it could only have been him. What do you mean by the circumstances? Lemon was invited from Borginia as an ambassador of goodwill. It is vital that this case be wrapped up swiftly. That's all the powers that be want, really. Well, those are circumstances, alright. But what makes Machi the only possible suspect? Hair forehead. You seem to have forgotten that you're talking to the prosecution. The enemy. Ah, right. I think I like this side of Prosecutor Gavin better, actually. I'm not at liberty to discuss the particulars of the case. Especially not to the defense attorney. What? Did you just say, me, the defense attorney? Oh. He's our client. That's what I came to tell you. He's down at the detention center. He wants to request your services. You mean Machi? Machi wants me? This is what we've been waiting for, Apollo. Let's get going. Right. Good luck. I'm off to question Lemmy. Right. Later. I hope I'm up to this. Jeez. Oh, we don't even have to move there. Isn't that nice? Jeez. Well, I just don't get it. I refuse to believe a cute little kid like that could do something so terrible. You said that already. Machi, everything's gonna be okay. We're here for you. Hi. Maybe you can tell me about last night? Oh shit, he doesn't speak English. I forgot. Huh? Oh no! Nobody knows Borginian. Borginese? Whatever. So this is gonna suck. That was when I realised how tough it must be. A little kid like this. In a country so far from everything he's ever known. Maybe Lammy can help. But didn't Prosecutor Gavin say she was with him? Yeah, he's questioning her. Oh no. Good luck. I'm off to question Lammy. He gripped his arm though, so he's injured. I'm guessing. I mean, why else would he grip his arm like he is injured? Well, what are we gonna do? That's a good question. Can't think of anything we can do but go with this. And hope for the best at the trial tomorrow. Yeah, they look like they're hurt. What happened? Oh, okay. That's the end of the investigation, I suppose. That took fucking ages to get through. Holy shite. That was an hour and 20 minutes. And I think I'm going to start doing this a bit differently in terms of saving. I think I'm only going to save when I know I'm going to end the session, because, oh no, I still don't trust OBS completely to not crash, and so I don't want to have saved over my progress only to lose it by some stupid reason. So I will say no. I will save after the first trial. And let's just hope it's not a super-de-duper long trial, but we'll find out. Alright, District Court, courtroom number 3. Court is now in session for... how do I say that? Machi... Choba. Yeah. Your Honour, the Pixie of the Arpeggio. Or Arpeggio. Right, his trial. Court is in session. The defence is ready, Your Honour. The prosecution is A-OK, Herr Judge. Very well, Prosecutor Gavin. Ah, my opening statement, yeah? No. Actually, there was something else I wanted to ask you about. Yes? Say you're going to visit someone in the hospital with an incurable disease. What do you say to them? Eh? I mean, you wouldn't say, get well soon, right? You'd only be kicking them when they're down. What are you talking about? Actually, I'm going to visit someone who is terminally ill. Right after this trial, the Chief Justice's son. The Chief Justice? His son is afflicted with the most terrible disease. He doesn't have long, it seems. Ah. So I thought I'd go pay him a visit. I thought saying something moving might be the order of the day. Why don't grown-ups ever just say what's on their mind instead of pretending? She's looking at me with something like disgust. Hey, what are you looking at me like that for? In any case, I'm a bit busy today, so let's wrap this up quickly. Prosecutor Gavin, your opening statement, briefly. You're in luck, Herr Judge. I believe you'll be going on your hospital visit sooner than you think. Bum. First to review the victim in this case. Romain Latouze, age 35. The global manager for Diva Songstress, Lemmy. The cause of death, blood loss due to being shot by a large caliber revolver. Oh no! I have just realised how this might end up completely fucking us in the ass. Yep, Machi is gripping his arm as if it hurts. And what did Emma say to us? If we shot the revolver, the recoil would most likely dislocate the shoulder. Case in point, bollocks. This report has all the details. The court accepts this into evidence. Yeah, I've just realised. And yeah, that's probably what they got him on, come to think of it. 45 caliber, that's quite large, isn't it? A direct hit from that could knock a man off his feet. Boom, 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 boom. However, the bullet struck him in his shoulder. The damage to the body was slight. Death was not immediate. Sadly, his blood loss was such that he could not be saved. I suppose the victim's condition could have been much worse, considering. Okay, we got the crime photo added. 2 shots were fired. 1 shot missed, the other penetrated and passed through the victim's shoulder. Both bullets were found in the wall at the scene. Observe the diagram. Yeah, I've seen them. I saw the markings on the wall. This is where the bullets hit. I see. The court accepts this into evidence. So we got a map. Nice. If we're talking about a 45 caliber revolver, we must assume that the killer was adept at the weapon's use. Really? Yeah, apparently. Weapons that size have a powerful kickback. If, say, the judge tried to fire one, it'd break every bone in his body. The defense will take more care in choosing examples. As I was saying, the victim was shot backstage in a dressing room. This dressing room has only one entrance, this door. That does seem to be the case, yes. However, there were witnesses who heard the gunshots. He's talking about you and Emma, huh? Yet when the witnesses entered the room, it was empty. Save for the victim's body, of course. But that's impossible. I do like how he smacks behind him as opposed to the desk in front of him. I just think it's a nice, different thing to have happen. Yeah, it also looks pretty badass. Exactly, this murder was impossible. Yet it happened. For all but one person. One person? That is, of course, the defendant, Machi... whatever. Only this defendant could have committed the crime. But how? It's quite simple. The circumstances of the crime scene make it clear. I read things weirdly sometimes. It's because I don't know what the follow-up word's gonna be, so I read strangely. Very well, I assume you have testimony to back up this claim. Let the witness please take the stand. Boom, 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 boom. Your name and profession, please. Emma Skye, I'm a detective for the police department. This is straight. I think, is this the first case where Emma's actually been in the trial? I think it is. I was on security detail at the concert forum that night. Emma seems tired somehow. Security at the concert, you say? Some security I was couldn't even stop a murder. Now, don't blame yourself. Things like this happen. I've made even bigger mistakes in my career, you know? I'm sure that makes her feel much better. I want to hear about these bigger mistakes. In any case, because you were on security detail, the crime was quickly discovered. And we were able to identify the killer. You may give the court your testimony if you would. Describe the circumstances that day and your discovery of the crime, please. Alright. Huh. Murderous circumstances. The night of the murder, I was on security backstage at Prosecutor Gavin's request. Only people involved with the concert in some way were allowed backstage. At the beginning of the third set, I heard shots. I went into the room filled with blaring rock music and found the body. I examined the scene and determined that only the defendant could have done it. What? Bullshit. It was lucky that a detective was first on the scene. But that door was the only way out of the room, right? Yeah, pretty much. There was the window. I don't get it. How can they say that Machi did it? Yeah, with such certainty too. Looks like we need a bit more information. Very well, the defense may begin the cross-examination. Boom, boom. Murderous circumstances. Alright, it's time to hold it, and hold it, and hold it. Okay. Hold it! The night of the murder was the night of the concert, yes? Why am I asking dumb questions? We know this. That's right. She should say, you were there. What was a detective doing on security detail, might I ask? If it was only a concert. My thoughts exactly. But orders are orders, even when they come from rock gods. Prosecutor Gavin? Yes, allow me to explain. I smelled something that day. you might say, the stench of conspiracy. That day at the concert hall. Conspiracy? Oh, isn't it obvious? My keys. That whole morning. No, the whole day was ruined. I thought he was crying for a second then. It's all because someone stole my keys. I couldn't ride my hog to the show. I couldn't open my guitar case. There he goes again. Isn't it possible he simply misplaced them? Misplaced them? Misplaced items don't just wander into a murder victim's hand on their own. What's this? Prosecutor Gavin, if your keys were in the victim's hand, that makes you a prime suspect. Oh, he just implicated himself. Love, slow acting, and new. What the hell is that word? Atroquinine? Is waiting for you. He's singing something. Does everything with this guy have to be so over the top? He's like an anime character. The killing happened in the middle of my concert. I was, like a sailor, adrift on a sea of sound. Anyway, I didn't want anything else stolen. So I put the detective with the most time on their hands on the task. I see, I can accept that. Well, I can't. What do you mean, time on their hands? Please, the testimony. I keep thinking that pressing is up here, but it never is. We were let in, though. I didn't know about that. I certainly didn't invite you. I gave the Frau Lane special permission to be there. I wanted to see her again. Oh boy, did you hear that? We're officially involved now. Gee, great. Some other hangers-on tried to get backstage, but I drove them off. So no other outsiders were there then. And then... Okay, that was a nice and short one. I do like when the statements are short. I like the additional dialogue, but I do like when they keep it nice and sweet. Short but sweet. I believe we were having a chat when we heard the shots. You were the one chatting. I was eating snackoos. What the fuck are those? It looks like a sausage, but it's apparently chocolate. A chocolate sausage? Hey, no snacking in court. And you're sure the shots came from Lammy's room? Yes, absolutely. Hey, I'm the one being cross-examined here. Here, this'll keep you quiet. Katonk. Wow, that was great. Ah, thanks. So... that was good. How about it, Emma? Oh, Jesus. We were right there. I had to be mistaken about that. Please, either talk or eat. Not both at the same time. Right, so after that... me and Mr. Lawyer there opened the dressing room door. Oh god, I can't get over that fucking noise. Katonk. Oh, wow. I enjoyed that a bit too much. Rock? Blaring, yes. When you say rock, are you referring perhaps to this rock and roll music that's so popular these days? You newfangled kids and your technology. That's right, why would he not know what rock and roll is? He's an old guy. The shit? Makes no sense, man. When we went into the dressing room, we could hear, yeah, his theme. Music was blowing over the speaker on the wall. They pipe sound from the stage into the backstage through speakers. Oh! I thought it was just coming in through the wall, because it was that loud. That way people in the back can hear when they're supposed to be on stage. That makes a lot more sense. Did it have to be so loud? You don't listen to the governors with your ears. You feel it with your entire body and soul. You always have the backstage monitors at full volume. When we walked in the room, the band was playing Guilty Love, I believe, making it easy to determine the time of the crime. If you could hear that music playing, then everyone on stage for that song has an alibi, including myself. Anyway, I closed off the scene, and started... Oh god, my fucking... Okay. I was like, what? Why is she talking slowly? I don't know what the fuck's wrong with my computer. Might have to look into some things. It's because BlueStacks a memory hog. That's the only reason, but BlueStacks is also the best Android emulator around, so I don't really have a choice. So I closed off the scene and started my investigation. I examined the scene and determined that only the defendant could have done it. I don't know why I read that again, but whatever. How could you know something like that? As I said, it was clear from the circumstances. Listen. We know there was only one exit from the room, that door. The small window only opened a tiny crack. And I was standing in front of that door. So, how could the killer have fled the scene? There's only one possibility. The air vent. Ah! Holy shit. But that air vent was too small. Who could possibly... Exactly. Oh. There's certainly no way you could get through, nor me. The only one who could fit through was the child. A child? Remember, access to those rooms was limited. Only those involved with the concert were allowed. And all other people involved with the concert... Only one is small enough to be considered a child. The defendant. The pixie of the... arpeggio? I don't know how you say that. Flitted up toward the sky, and disappeared from the scene of the crime. But that's just conjecture. Oh? There was no other way out of that room. You were there. You should know, Hair Forehead. And there is another vital piece of evidence. Evidence? God, again! Ah, what is happening? God, it's like I'm playing in slow-mo. There we go. Okay, I'm just gonna check my, speeds. If I could. Oh, Task Manager won't even open. What the fuck? Everything's going wrong. Alright, whatever. Evidence? What? Marks were found on the air vent grill. Traces that it had recently been opened. Wait, what? And something else was found, quite clearly. The defendant, Machi's fingerprints. What? What? Oh no, that's bad. Order. That air vent was the only way out of the room. The defendant's fingerprints were found on the grill. Well, Hair Forehead, what fairy tale does this suggest to you? Oh, bagger. Only one could pass through that vent, that doorway to heaven. And that one is our pixie. Why are you looking at me, Apollo? Hey, I was out whooping up in the audience. So this was his decisive evidence. Quite decisive indeed. I believe that's enough of that. The prosecution has a rather convincing case. The only way in and out of the crime scene was watched, making the defendant the only one who could possibly leave the scene. Simple and decisive. Ugh. I believe we've heard enough to determine our verdict. Even if I wasn't in a hurry to make a hospital visit, I'm sure the Chief Justice will appreciate the gesture. Unfortunately, we have no direct witnesses. Fortunately, the criminal left decisive evidence for us. That will have to be enough. It can't be over already. Very well, I believe this trial is finished. If the defense has no contradicting evidence, the prosecution has presented our proof clear and plain. If you have contradicting evidence, it better be clear and plain. It is. Apollo, they've got us on the ropes already. We better come up with something quick. I know. Think, what can get us out of this? We need evidence, or a witness, that can prove Machi is innocent beyond a doubt. Without that... Mr. Justice, do you have contradicting proof that can overturn the prosecution's case? If you do, you'd better tell us about it now. This is it, and so soon. If I mess this one up, it's all over. The court wants contradicting proof? You fucking got it, bitch. Call a witness. Prosecutor Gavin, you claim that there were no witnesses to this crime. Are you absolutely sure? Absolutely. I'd swear it on my career as a prosecutor. And on my million-seller hit... Oh. So, Atroconine, my love. There he goes again. That's too bad, because there was a witness. Oh, really now? But how did you come to possess knowledge the prosecution clearly does not? Because I am the only one in the world who knows this. Before he died. What's going on? I just talked to him, and now... He's alive. Will this not literally just be hearsay though? Because nobody else heard it. It was only us. So that could just be like, we're making it up to try and implicate, Lemmy. Mr. Latruse, can you hear me? Cold. Yes, he's so cold. Witness. You're cold? Don't worry, you're gonna be fine. Help is on the way. Can't see. Hang in there, Mr. Latruse. Latruse. Not Latruse. Latruse, tell me, who was the witness? The witness is... Siren. It's Lilith from Borderlands. What? The victim said this before he died? Perhaps he did, but perhaps he did not. Yeah, hearsay. What do you mean by that? All we know is what her forehead says he said. It's no testimony, especially since it comes from the defense attorney himself. True. But it's the truth, he said it. I even told you about it. But apparently you ignored me completely. It's my policy to fully investigate everything I deem relevant. Clearly this rookie lawyer thinks he can tell me how to do my job. That's enough. Mr. Justice, we need clear contradictory proof from you. This witness of yours, unknown to the prosecution, I hope you're right, failure carries a stiff penalty. Perhaps a stiffer penalty than usual is called for. Oh, fuck. There's no backing out now. Let's hear the name of your witness, Mr. Justice. Lammy! I could actually call her Lammy Raw, but no. Just Lammy will do. Siren of the Ballad. Lammy. I recall Mr. Tooze's last words. God, we're just replaying the same scene over and over and over again. The witness is Siren. Oh, Siren. The Siren. Aha, he meant the Siren. That's right. The Siren of the Ballad. Lammy. Lammy was the only one, or was only on stage for the second set. And she had access to the backstage area. She could have been a witness. I see. Well, Prosecutor Gavin, my claim still stands. There was no witness to this crime. Very well. Let's hear it from the horse's mouth then, shall we? We will now take a break from Detective Emma Sky's cross-examination. Please show Lemmy to the witness stand. Lemmy would say nothing the night of the murder. Not today, though. Today we'll drag that story out of her no matter what it is. Alright. It is my distinct honour to welcome the Siren of the Ballad to our courtroom. You are too kind. Ah, you can speak English? Yes, I can. Though I am not very good. There is much I do not know. You speak so well. Have you spent time here before? Actually, I do not know how I came by my knowledge of your language. Nor where I studied it. She's lying. What does she mean she doesn't know? I too thought to call her as a witness, but I did not. I had a reason, of course. What's that? Lammy suffers from amnesia. Oh, how fucking fitting. Ah, how convenient. Jesus, really? Come on. So many cliches in this case. The blood name being written next to the victim's body. She somehow just seems to suffer from amnesia. What's next? That she's actually the killer? Huh. Lammy is not my true name. It's Deborah. Yeah, I remember nothing of the time before I was given it. Nothing at the time before I started singing on stage. Well, she's even more mysterious than I thought. I think this is all just an elaborate lie. As lauded singer Lammy, she lives a good life. There are little difficulties for her, thanks to her success. Yet, I did not wish to subject her to unnecessary stress. Well, aren't you a knight? We don't care about making, things lovely for people. We care about the truth. I see. I care surprisingly little about people's pasts. You have nothing to fear in this court, Lammy. Thank you. Yet there is something I do not understand. I am being called as a witness. What might I say? No one will tell me anything of what happened. Lammy, let me be frank. I did not want to ask you up here to testify. Yet that young gentleman with the wide forehead over there was adamant that you stand. Oh my. Congratulations, Apollo. You're the bad guy. Ugh. Wow, I'm made out to be the dickhead. How did this happen? Well, now that you're here, please give us your testimony. If nothing else, the sound of your voice is welcome. Tell us what you saw the night of the crime. I saw nothing. I have amnesia. What I saw. As for what I saw nothing. Oh wow, I could probably predict what she's gonna say. That night I was invited to sing on stage, and this I did. I did not return backstage after the second set. Then I was led by the police to Mr. Gavin's dressing room, and told to wait there. That was where I learned that something had happened, but I wasn't told the details. Okay. Sheesh. Wait a minute. Must say, you sound wonderful just testifying. I hope he was too distracted to hear what she was actually saying. There you have it, she saw nothing that night. Now we can only pray that the defense has the sense to admit defeat, and refrain from detaining her here longer than need be. Oh, you just got better, Apollo. Way to go! Yeah. Very well, Mr. Justice. Keep it short and sweet. Lemmy wouldn't talk to me the night of the crime. She must know something, and I've got to find out what. I don't know if pressing stuff will be, like, if I'll be penalised, so I'm just gonna press, because I know what I need to present. Because she said she didn't go backstage. If that's the case, how did her brooch just somehow happen to end up in her dressing room? Or is she going to say that she lost it? But no, she couldn't have, because she had it on during the second set. Is it in this? Yeah, it is. She still isn't wearing it, which is rather weird. Although I suppose it's because it's evidence. Yeah, found at the crime scene. Boom. Bitch. You lie. I'm sorry, Lemmy, but I'm having trouble believing you. You remember this brooch, do you not? Why, that's Lemmy's. She was wearing it for her song. Care to add that to the testimony, Prosecutor Gavin? What? This brooch was found after the murder took place. At the very scene of the crime. What? Haha. Ah, fuck, I love these games. They're so good. Lemmy, how did your brooch get backstage if you did not go there yourself? And, as Prosecutor Gavin has just told us, you had been wearing it during your performance that night. That looked like a question mark. What is the meaning of this? Lemmy, please explain. I have amnesia, I don't know. Lemmy. Oh, of course, now she won't speak English. Screw you. She says English is quite difficult. Baloney. That trick's not gonna work here. Really? Your forehead may be large, but you are a lawyer, truly. But, you have missed one important fact. What now? In fact, at the time of the incident, I went backstage, but only for a moment. What? Why isn't she speaking English now? Think back to the moment of the crime. You know whereof I speak. Is she really saying all that? What's she talking about, Apollo? Right when the incident occurred. She talking about that? Huh? What's this? Watch this. Oh. Watch this room for me. I have to call for backup. Right, understood. Want me to make sure no one comes in, right? Oh, we heard the door go. When we were talking to him. Oh, the door. We heard the door. Bugger. So she's gonna say that she dropped her brooch then? Ah, screw you. Mr. Latouche, can you hear me? Cold. Yeah, we've seen this so many times. I don't need to see it again. The witness is the Siren. Why the hell would he call her by the nickname and not just say the witness is Lemmy? Just what a way to be real cryptic. Yeah, and he said yipes. If only I could have panned to the left at that point. I would have been able to see if the brooch was on the floor then. Oh well, what's wrong? Emma, did you see anyone just now? Huh? No. I could have sworn I heard the door close. I looked into the room. Just a glance, mind you. So this is when your brooch dropped. That explains that. It does. There was no other time I could have dropped it. But that's ridiculous. You only looked in for a moment, but you dropped your brooch. Her forehead? Her forehead. She has raised a possibility. The only thing that can counter that is evidence. So she looked in at the crime scene. Actually, I intended to go into the dressing room. I knew nothing of what had happened, of course. But the moment I opened the door, I heard a horrible voice. Her forehead shouting, "Who's there, no doubt?" A horrible voice indeed. Yeah. I closed the door immediately. Okay. It's almost like if she opened the door, heard a voice, and then instantly closed it, she might as well have just thrown the brooch in there. Because it landed pretty far away from the door. Well, that explains the brooch. Let's return to your testimony. That's too convenient. She's hiding something. Lemmy, you did look into the room though, right? Yes. Testify as to what you saw. Very well. Though it was only the briefest of glimpses. Yeah, okay. Wait a minute, what? Oh, there's a thing! When my performance was finished, I went backstage for just a moment. Okay. What, perceive on this? I have no idea where I'm supposed to look. Sorry, I don't mean to look at a chest. Oh, I can't go any further down. I don't know why I was thinking. Aha! She's suspicious. It's moving. I don't think it's here. I'll try the next statement. Stop. I do like how you can perceive everything and it's no penalty. It's very nice. So what's the next one? I saw nothing. The late Mr. Latouse's body was behind a wall. Hold the phone. She would have still been able to see if the door's there. Yes, it's behind the wall, but only briefly. It cut off. You'd be able to see a head and a hand. Yeah. I don't want to present. Sheesh. Perceive! I saw nothing. I can actually see her mouth. Oh! Oh! Haha! What the fuck? I'm trying to... What the hell is that? Whatever. The late Mr. Latouse's body, I guess. Sure. Gotcha! I do love that so much. Gotcha! Oh, you can actually see behind it all the time, I think. The late Mr. Latouse's body, you say? Yes. You know something more about Mr. Latouse's death than you were saying. What? Yeah, you can actually see it. I could see you trying not to remember, but the effort made you swallow. That's what you were doing. It was really weird looking. You can't fool my eyes. It is true. It was so terrible, after all. Why did Mr. Latouse have to be shot? One moment, Lemmy. Yes? What was that you just said? Why did he have to be shot? Yes? She was hiding something. I knew it. Lemmy, I'm afraid you haven't realised it, but... your words just now contradict your testimony. Eh? How could that be? Take this. So Lemmy contradicted her own testimony, and I have the evidence to prove it. She knew that he was shot, when she shouldn't, because nobody should have known. There you go. To ensure the efficiency and secrecy of our investigation, the bearer is hereby ordered to speak to no one outside the investigation concerning any details of the case. And she also acted like she didn't know anything. It's like, why wasn't I allowed to be told how he was killed? But she knows how he died. He was shot. The silly goose. Tell me, Lemmy. How did you know he had been shot? Well, immediately following the incident, a gag order was placed on the scene. This is the document proving that. In your testimony, you told the court, no one told me anything about the incident. Furthermore, you've testified that you had seen nothing. Yet you knew that Mr. Latouze... I keep wanting to call him Mr. Latouze for some bloody reason. Mr. Latouze had been shot. How could you have known? Well... Ew. York. It was more like Yauk. Yauk? Youch? Yeah, whatever. What are you hiding? Lemmy? You aren't hiding something from this court, I hope. That sweet song of hers was sounding a little too sweet. Ah, now I remember. Oh yeah, how convenient. Please allow me to add to my testimony. Of course. All we want to know is the truth. She looks kind of pale, huh? She saw something, I know it. Even the victim said so. So I saw bullet holes in the wall and knew Mr. Latouche had been shot. But you only went in for the briefest of glimpses, and they were next to the door. You wouldn't have looked in and looked at a wall, I would assume. Yeah, if she looked in, brief glimpse, and then she would have left. She wouldn't have brief glimpse, look at the wall, oh look, bullets. Yeah, I ain't buying that. Nah. Not today. Well, I mean, they call you the Siren of the Ballad. But lies are hardly becoming of such a creature. I love this song too. I like the Pursuit theme much more, but this one's also awesome. A put-down worthy of our prosecutor, Mr. Justice. Such put-downs are hardly becoming of you, Apollo. Stop polishing your forehead and start polishing your character, yeah? Come on, can't I be cool for once? Observe the diagram. Lammy, you looked in from the door for just a moment. Correct? Yes, that is so. There were bullet holes in the room, yes. But they were in the wall the door is on. You see? Assuming you merely glanced into the room, the only bullet hole she would have seen would have been on the one in front of her. But they didn't hit that wall. Conveniently. Lemmy? Yes? I'm afraid the defense has raised a good point. It appears you have been holding back something. And I must tell you what it is that I saw. Yes. The happenings in this trial are being recorded. And I'm certain it will be on the news in Virginia. You understand your reputation is at stake. It falls to you to avoid tarnishing it. Personally speaking, I still believe that cross-examining her will yield us absolutely nothing. How do you know, though? But she knew how Mr. Latouche died, and he named her as a witness. You must have seen something, Lemmy. Ooh. Okay. Very well. Lemmy, please continue your testimony. Very well. I shall. What I saw too. Electric Boogaloo. I was on my way from the stage to the backstage exit. Whoa, what the fuck? Oh, right, yeah. I was about to say, why is there a picture of her here? So, there was something like a little window there. That's how I saw it. There were two shots. I couldn't do anything to stop it. But it wasn't Machi. It was a grown person. I know it was. Oh, so now she's actually covering for Machi. That's at least nice. So you did witness the crime. And the killer was a grown person, you say? This is my first time hearing this, I assure you. Nice play, Hair Forehead. You're welcome. Very well. Very well, Mr. Justice. You may begin your cross-examination. Great going, Apollo. You were right about Lammy. What's wrong? You don't look too happy. This whole thing smells fishy. That's what's wrong. Alright. What I saw too. Time to push. A lot. Right, so, yep. So you were heading toward the dressing room? Yes. So, this is a little before she opened the dressing room door and dropped her brooch. Well, at the same time, Emma and I heard those shots. I was on my way back. There was something like a little window there. Yeah, that's how she saw it. What exactly is something like a little window? Yes, well, it's like a window, but little. Window is the best word in English. I know in English. I think this is how it is said, yes. You need not worry, Limey. Your choice of words is impeccable. There is a small window in the dressing room in question. Perhaps the defense remembers this detail. That little window on the wall. I saw the crime from there. Aha! The one that says do not open. There were two shots, couldn't do anything to stop it. You are certain you heard two shots fired? Yes, quite certain. So I was on my way back to the backstage exit. This is when I heard a faint sound, like a gunshot. Wondering what it had been, I peered through the window. That is when I heard the second gunshot, much closer. And there were 2 bullet holes at the scene. No contradiction so far. It all happened on the other side of that window. There was nothing I could do. But it wasn't Maggie. I mean, that's a, point in our favour, at the very least. It wasn't Maggie who shot, are you sure? Yes, quite certain. It amuses me that you would question her testimony. It's testimony in your favour. Isn't it my job to object? Yeah, Apollo, what were you thinking? Trucy, let's just listen to what Lemmy has to say. Can you tell me how you were so sure? Yes, of course. You see... It was a grown person. I know it was. Wait a minute. If it was a grown person... How did they get out? Because as we've stated, the only way out would have been the air duct. Air vent, even. And only a small person could have got in there. A child. A grown person? That's a little too vague. Not a little vague. I'm adding in words. I am sorry. My skill with your language is lacking, I know. Certainly you could at least see whether the shooter was male or female. It was a man. A young man. And you're sure of that? Yes, his voice was quite clear. Voice? Looking at this diagram, it seems the dressing room was quite cluttered. It does seem likely that you wouldn't have had a clear view of the shooter. As a singer, I rely more on my ears than my eyes. When I hear a voice, I do not forget it. What the hell was that? Ding ding! That voice was the voice of a man. So you heard a voice, but wait. Couldn't that have been the victim, Mr. Latouze? Absolutely not. Did I not just say that I do not forget a voice? If it was Mr. Latouze who spoke, I would have known. Indeed. So, you were at the window, and you heard the shooter's voice. The voice of a young man. Apollo, this is a good testimony. That proves it wasn't Maggie. Indeed. If this turns out to be true, it would cast this case in a considerably different light. What is the defense's opinion on this testimony? It's contradictory. Oh, it pains me to say this. There's something about Lemmy's testimony that rings false. Bravo, Hair Forehead. You're colder than I thought. I'm sure you remember what the problem is as well as I do, Gavin. As has been established, no grown man could pass through that air vent. He couldn't have fled the scene of the crime. But that means Lemmy has to be lying. I know, and I know it's bad for our case, but I can't shut my eyes to this. Believe me, the idea was tempting. It is as Hair Forehead says. Yet, this is not the only contradiction within her testimony. Okay. What next? What's he talking about? Lemmy? I understand why you would want to protect Maggie. Yet remember, you are the Siren of the Ballad. And lies did not become such a creature. Ha ha! What does the prosecution mean? Apollo, what's he talking about? How come no one bats an eye when he says stuff like that? He also stole it. I recall the state of the crime scene quite well. The state of the room? Yes, and when the murder took place, that window was closed. Wait, what? I find it hard to believe you could hear a voice through it. Oh. I was about to say, it's closed. You can see through windows, you dumbass. Turns out I'm the dumbass. But I'm sure. Ooh. Lemmy. I have nothing but the highest regard for your musical sense. But my opinion of you as a witness is somewhat lesser. Jesus. But she's the only eyewitness we have. Objection! So you say. And the victim named her, the Siren, as the witness? That's right. That's what Miss Latouze... We heard your claim, we even entertained the possibility, and it brought us to this. Herr Judge? Yes? The prosecution requests that the witness be I said executed. Excused. Please. I'm afraid I must honour the prosecution's request. It is indeed a question of the witness's credibility, but if Lemmy can't justify, then we don't have a chance of proving Machi's innocence. Shit. This cross-examination is over. Prosecutor Gavin, you may continue making your case. Danke. No, where were we? Ah yes, I would like to hear from Fraulein Detective again. Jesus. Wait, let me hear Lemmy's testimony one more time. Well, the cross-examination is already over. Until such a time as a need arises, this witness may leave the stand. Phew! Bloody hell. I'm sorry I could not be of more assistance. I apologize. Oh dear. At last, back to the real trial. Ready, hair forehead? Grr. I hope I didn't just miss my only chance. Praline Detective, how far had we gotten until we were so rudely interrupted? Don't ask me. I just like saying the same thing twice, and I never repeat a song for an encore. If you would, Miss Guy. I believe I was saying that the only way Mr. Latuse's killer could have escaped was through that air vent on the ceiling. Ah yes, there was only one door in the room, and a witness, you, were standing in front of it. That air vent isn't very big, see? Kinda limits the people who could possibly get through. I certainly would have a difficult time. You sure would. Not that you would have been there in the first place, though. Remember, the whole backstage area was off limits to people not involved with the concert. The only one who meets the condition for our killer is the defendant. Virtuoso performance, or virtuoso. I couldn't have put it better myself. She does state a clear case. Though, reading the report, something caught my eye. Oh, what's that? The circumstances of the defendant's arrest. The circumstances? Again? Hey, that's right. Apollo. Remember when we found Machi? That was bizarre. Yeah, he was unconscious. Next to the body. She's right. Why did Mr. Latuse's body disappear from the room? And end up on top of that stage tower? Holding a guitar, no less. A perceptive observation here, Judge. Thanks. It was kind of an accident, really. But you work in this job long enough. You get a nose for things. The judge sure seems pleased with himself. Very good, Praline Detective. Perhaps you can tie it all together for us. Why was the body moved? And how does that lead us to the killer? Bum 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 bum. Ooh. Alright. The missing body. Wait a minute, I still have a problem. Ow. I know, I have a problem with the whole Machi did it. The dude's blind. How would he have known where the air vent was? Well, actually, there's multiple reasons. One, he's a kid. Two, it would have been a revolver that would have, like, broken bones. And three, he's blind. So, you know. I believe Machi stole the body because of some lyrics. He moved the body to match Lemmy's song. No one in this country had a motive to kill the victim. And Machi practically left his signature at the scene. All of this evidence clearly points to the defendant. Okay. Lemmy's song? Yes, the guitar serenade. You noticed its code too, did you not? Its code? All the events that day followed the lyrics to our song. First, the keys my heart held onto so tightly were stolen. Then Prosecutor Gavin's guitar burst into flame on stage. Mr. Latuse's life was taken by a bullet. The rest hardly needs explanation. Guitar, guitar, up together to the sky. Oh! That's mad. It's like a story out of some fairy tale. Sheesh. I admit, I'd forgotten about the song. But there it is now, waiting for me, the grand finale as it were. Hey, you know, I was the one who first noticed that. I've heard of jumping rope to songs and counting to songs. But killing? It's a wild world out there, Herr Judge. Very well. We've heard one song and dance, so let's get on to the next cross-examination. Oh, the cross-examination. Not so sure I'm going to be doing much singing. Tell me more. Who would steal a body just to match some lyrics? I didn't believe it myself, but it can't be Or can't just be, a coincidence. It is as Fraulein Detective says. Let us begin with the first verse. If you would, Fraulein Detective. What? You want me to sing it? You are the witness, yeah? Or did you want me to sing? I warn you, my fee as a vocalist is not trivial. Fine, fine. Let's look at the first part of the lyric, shall we? We know it's... When you stole away the keys my heart held onto so tight. Indeed, my favourite heart-shaped keyring was stolen that morning. Next we go to the right page of the lyric sheet, where we find, burning on in my heart, fire, burn my love away, all away. Okay. Oh, right. As we know, Prosecutor Gavin's guitar burst into flame. I was wondering why it was taking so long. Like a bullet of love, fire, take my life away, all away. Mr. Latouze's life was taken by a bullet. Bravo, Fraulein Detective, you're singing. It's not bad. Now for the finale. Oh right, yeah, guitar, up together to the sky. As it says in the lyrics, Mr. Latouze was in the sky. Was found with a guitar high in the sky over the stage. What the fuck? No series of coincidences could be so well conceived. He's right, scientifically speaking. What would Wacky have said? That concert was whack. What the why? It's hard to argue when she pours her heart into it like that. Anyway, the shooter. Does the prosecution have any idea why he'd do all this? You want my scientific opinion? No clue. But he clearly had a reason to go through it. To go through all that trouble. Some deep reason. A deep reason. Not only did he steal my keys, he torched my guitar. Unforgivable acts even if he had a reason, and worse if he had none. The Diva's complaints aside, I can't imagine someone doing this on just a whim. Fraulein Detective, I take offence at that description. Indeed, it does seem too well rehearsed, shall we say. Yes, this crime was planned for sure. No one in this country had a motive to kill the victim. But Mr. Latouze spoke English. He may have come to this country before. I looked into that, I assure you. Oh. It was his first time in the country, it seems. Apparently he learned English on his own. Wow, clever guy. Great. You see, no one here had a motive to kill him, and certainly not in such an elaborate fashion. It does seem difficult to imagine. Unless our famous prosecutor did it as a publicity stunt. What did you say? Prosecutor Gavin, you did this to promote your song? Of course not, and I am quite dismayed by the ludicrous nature of her claim. Why would I need promotion? Everyone already listens to my music. They're even in my textbook at school. And I'd never heard of them. What does that say about me? I was just kidding, don't get all worked up, Glimmer Boy. My god. Practically left his signature at the scene. Which is, what's his signature? What do you mean by his signature? The bullet holes in the wall, of course. The bullet holes? The revolver was fired twice. One shot missed, and left a hole in the wall. And that means what exactly? That dressing room isn't exactly spacious. Picture the shooter facing off with the victim in there. They can't have been more than 5 feet apart. It would be difficult, almost impossible to miss at that range. Difficult to miss, you say? Unless you were blind. Very. Assuming the shooter could properly aim. No, you can't be serious. Mochi, he can't see. That's why he missed. It's the only explanation that makes sense. He uses sound... or used sound and other senses to fire the gun. Poorly. That reminds me, the monitor in that room was blaring at the time, yeah? Hardly ideal conditions for tracking by sound. A blind shooter. No wonder he missed. I knew those bullet holes would come back to haunt me. Think, Justice, what do I do now? Raise an objection, sit back and watch. I'll raise an objection. I'm going back on the fact that if he had fired the gun, it would have probably ripped off his arm. Have you seen the shape of the boy? Plus he's a kid. A kid wielding a .45 caliber revolver? Yeah. The recoil would probably, like, knock him out. Sure, there were bullet holes left in the wall, but that doesn't prove the shooter couldn't see. Oh, how so? Well, there could have been a struggle with the victim. That's certainly possible. And it might have been the revolver's fault. The revolver? The revolver was a very large caliber, correct? If the shooter wasn't used to firing such a large weapon, why, it could dislocate their shoulder. Exactly. The defendant, Machi, whatever, is, as you can see, tiny. It's not so hard to picture him firing the gun and missing entirely. The kickback alone would throw off his aim. A convincing argument, to be sure. Haha! Take that, smug prosecution! Apollo, did I just aid them? That sounds like I aided them. Huh? What? That bit about Machi being tiny. And the gun throwing off his aim. Aren't you kind of, admitting that he did it? Oh. Yeah, I thought it sounded a bit weird. It does not matter why he missed. I was going off the fact that he couldn't have done it because of the, the kickback. What matters is that the shooter was, without a doubt, the defendant. Even the defense seems to agree on that point. No, that was... No. That was... You misunderstood my words. Cripes. Jesus, what is this? Danger Mouse? Cheese and crackers. No, that's fucking Wallace and Gromit. What the fuck did they say in Danger Mouse? It was carrots. There were other words. I don't know why I'm thinking of Danger Mouse anyway. I really put my foot in it this time. Yeah, you did. Let's get the facts on the matter on the record. Of the matter on the record. If you would, Fraulein Detective. Fraulein, even. Very well, the witness will add this to her testimony. Right. So, from the state of the crime scene, I conclude the shooter was blind. What? From the state of the crime scene. Wait. Unless... No, that definitely looks like something was written and then smudged. Or rubbed out. I thought, when I looked at it, or when you see it in like its little preview photo, it kinda looked like it could have been Bojanese. Is that how you say it? I don't bloody know. And I highly doubt it was him. But more the fact of... The state of the crime scene is what she says, implicates that they were blind. Not true, because the blood was rubbed out. And a blind person would not have been able to know that blood existed. Well, I mean, like, that blood was written on the floor to kind of say who it was that did it. The prosecution holds that the shooter couldn't see. A scientific conclusion based on a thorough examination of the crime scene, yes. Apparently not thorough enough. I have a certain piece of evidence that completely overturns your claim. But what? This is that evidence. The photograph of the crime scene. I don't care much for the smirk on Prosecutor Gavin's face, but this is no time to think twice. Time to press on. Yes, Your Honor. The crime scene. There is something in here that decisively contradicts the prosecution's point. Then perhaps you'd best show us this something. Get your finger out of the breeze and put it to good use, yeah? You got it. Very well. Show us what you're talking about, Mr. Justice. The contradiction at the scene of the crime is... right here. Why would they rub the blood out if they can't see it? The contradiction is right here. The smeared bloodstains. I thought it was just my blurry vision. But it really was blurry. The way the victim's hand is raised above his head. Much like a gesture I have seen many times in this court. Yes, because it's incredibly cliché and overused. It's almost as if he wrote something. Maybe the killer's name. Aha! I get it. At least, I think I get it. Get what, Frau Lane? When Mr. Toulouse was shot, he tried to write something. What would he write but the shooter's name? What would... Wait, and what would he write it in but his own blood? Pretty good, huh? Thanks for making my point for me. Yes, in fact, that's what I think happened here. That does seem to be a distinct possibility. The victim wrote the killer's name. It's certainly a logical conclusion. Drat, I just wish it wasn't all rubbed out like that. Of course it's rubbed out. Why, if I were a killer, I certainly wouldn't want to leave my own name behind. Neither would I. Yes, but you have, you know, working eyes. Are they all gonna notice? Yeah, they're gonna notice. No one has anything else to say. About what? So the prosecution accepts this. You agree this was the victim making an attempt to record the name of the killer? And that the killer tried to rub the name out? What's your point? What's my point? Let me ask you this. How did the killer know the victim was writing their name? Well, Mr. Latouche was writing something in blood. Once the killer saw what it was, you're an idiot. Wait. Once he saw what it was... But what did you just testify about the shooter? I said they were blind. Ah! I've been had. Yet the crime scene itself contradicts that. The killer had to have been able to see. Why would they rub out the name in blood otherwise? May I remind the court that the defendant, Machi, whatever his surname is blind. He couldn't have been the shooter. Impossible! Yeah, we got him. My goodness. Whew. Please explain to me what all this means. I mean, looking at this photo, it seems quite clear that the shooter could see. Yet up until now, it seems I owe the court an apology. The Governors are a band with law enforcement ties, yet a murder occurred during our concert. Apparently, this caused some confusion over jurisdiction. As a result, some reports were not filed in an entirely timely manner. I'm not sure I like the vibe I'm getting here. Hey Apollo, look at him. Why is Prosecutor Gavin all relaxed and smiling like that? He has something up his sleeve. 'Cause he's a prick. Like he knows something we don't, and he's about to tell us. Oh yeah. I've got an idea. Let's rock. With these documents. But before that, I have a question for the Frau Lane detective. If I may. What? Tell me. Why do you think that... Oh god, he ain't blind, is he? Fuck. Why do you think that Machi is blind? Huh? What did he say? What are you saying? Of course he's blind. Of course? He's the blind pianist, right? So he's... Doesn't Lammy lead him around by the hand all the time? No way. I have a report here on the defendant, Machi. According to this, Machi can see perfectly well. Fucking course. Damn it! Oh no! Nothing's going our way. Crap. What? His blindness was merely a publicity ploy by those clever Borginians. He can see quite well. Bollocks! But you said... What did I say, exactly? That the killer was blind? Her forehead? Not once in the course of this trial have I claimed the defendant was blind. Oh, bugger off. The only one who did it, or who did, was Frau Lane detective. But that's a significant fact, yes. Consider. Machi sees. And he was the only one who could have fled through the air vent. I see no problems with this. But what about the bullet holes in the wall? Yes, the bullet holes. I believe Herr Forehead neatly explained those for us. He didn't miss because he couldn't see. It was the kickback from the 45 caliber revolver. A simple accident, in other words. How's that? I'm afraid your objection has just flown off for brighter skies. Oh shit. This is where the real fun begins, Herr Forehead. Yarg. I'm a pirate now, it appears. Shit, man. That's baloney. God. No. It never ends. And he didn't have what it took. You jerk. Just what was I here for? Comic relief? Yeah, apologise. Oh, sorry. There's no way to apologise. He's angered the Trucy now. Look out. If we can please end the bickering. Now. Whatever, I'm not leaving. I can't leave like this. I'll come up with some clue to solve in this case if it kills me. But your testimony has already given us enough to convict the defendant. Ugh, don't say that. Aha! Aha, what? This bloodstain. The criminal tried to wipe it off, right? Oh! Luminol. Would that help? Would it actually say who like... Would it say the person's name? Even though it was rubbed? That seems to be what happened, yes. We might be able to find out what was really written there. Really? You can do that? That's right. With this. It's called luminol. Maybe you know of it. It's a chemical that reacts to blood. Ah yes. Have we done those tests yet? Ha! This I'm going to tell you. The bloodstains covered a section of the carpet. In order to perform blood tests, that section was removed and submitted. Perhaps we should request it here in court now. Oh, whoa. What the fuck? Right, go for it, Apollo. Huh? I have to do the test? You just have to spray the luminol on it. Simple. A chemical that reacts to blood. I've heard of this somewhere. Yeah, so we'll leave an analysis is called for. Have at it. Right, ready? It's easy as pie. Just touch the screen to spray an area. Here, give it a try. The eyes of the entire court are focused on me. Apollo, your hand's shaking. Ugh. Let's do this. Ooh, what the fuck? I have no idea what that says. Not at all. IPX. I don't know if that's an S or a 5. 14206. Wow. Oh, it's a 3. It really works. This must be... Wait a minute. That's on the back of something. This must be the power of science. It says... Oh. IPXX 314206. It's on the back of something. So maybe... Was it actually rubbed off? It doesn't look like there was, like, a marking that indicated there was something here, though. What the fuck? To be fair, the only thing it looks like it'd be on the back of is this. Yeah. It looks like it's on the back of the postcard. Postcard? Yeah, postcard. Alright, whatever. Is that the killer's name? Maybe it is... If the killer was a robot. Aha! I have it! So, what is it? I thought those letters, IPXX, looked familiar. This is an Interpol ID number. Interpol? You mean the International Police Agency? Yes, most are undercover agents working to solve international crimes. But why would he write that number? Why would Mr. Latouze even know a number like that? He was an Interpol agent. Good show, Fraulein Detective. Rock on. Eh? Your Honor, we can verify this number immediately. Darian, are you there? Come up to the witness stand. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh god, okay, good. I like when we see him from the front, because his hair doesn't look quite like a penis. Darian, you heard what we need. Go check into this Interpol ID number. Sure thing, give me 30 minutes. No, give me 27. What? What a random fucking number. I'm not sure what to think of all this. The prosecution's case is airtight, or so it seems. Yet if this number is really that of an Interpol agent... Oh, wait, I know. What if Machi... what if Machi's really an undercover Interpol agent? That would be a possibility. Possibility, yes. And one that would mark him as the killer for certain. Why did Latou's know an Interpol ID number? That's what I want to know. Well, we have some time while we await Darian's report. Let's work on unraveling another mystery, shall we? A curious mystery concerning Machi. Ah, shite. What are you talking about? Fraulein Detective, please accept my apologies. I received word that the defendant could, in fact, see just before the trial began. It seemed too much of a bother to tell you. You had me until that last bit. Does this not raise a rather straightforward question? Well, sure. Why did Machi pretend he couldn't see? Exactly. It makes little sense. What do you think, Hair Forehead? Huh? Me? Machi pretended he was blind. Do you know why? It was like an act. Kind of like why Lammy pretended she couldn't speak English. It was all for show, suspense, mystery, all that kind of shit. How could he know? Wait, Prosecutor Gavin knows why, doesn't he? He's known from the start of the trial. He's been leading us on the whole time. Hmm? Something wrong? Do you think perhaps this is all some kind of game? I know that the moment I heard that report... I knew why. I suppose people who have sold over 1 million records really are something else. What does that have to do with anything? There was a reason why Machi pretended to be blind. But it wasn't for his own sake. Getting the picture now? It wasn't for himself. Well, Mr. Justice, could you present evidence that shows us why the defendant had to feign blindness? I guess. Machi had no reason to pretend he couldn't see. Which means... no, it couldn't be. Good show, Hair Forehead. It seems you've thought of something. Why can't I figure these things out on my own? I hate having to take my cues from this guy. Very well, look at this. This is why he was pretending he couldn't see. So... sightseeing, or music. Okay. It's because it's to do with their, like, duo. I know that. I'm just gonna present this. Unless, did he pretend he was blind because she's the sightseer? In which case, that's a... isn't that all just, like, an act, though? That is... Lammy? Lammy and Machi. Recall their relationship. In particular, their unique arrangement over the years before visiting our country. Lammy and her pianist. They would always walk together, she leading him by the hand. Even when they got on stage, she would lead him to the piano. She would walk all the way over there with him. That's right, because he was blind. She led him at all times, never letting him go. All times. Yeah, we have just learned something that makes their arrangement peculiar indeed. Machi could see. Why did they have to keep up this act the whole time? Well, wasn't it part of their, performance? I think there's a simpler explanation. Machi did not need to be led by the hand at all. Oh! Other way around? That can only mean one thing. Really? Really? It was all the other way around. The one who needed to be led by the hand was Lammy. What's this? So you mean to say that Lammy is... she's... Yes, Your Honor. Lammy is blind. What? Oh! Interesting. That is this is crazy, Prosecutor Gavin. Is it now? Please. Please shed some sanity on this madness. The defense has made an outrageous claim. The only thing outrageous I see about the defense is his vast forehead. What has he got against my forehead? Yeah, Wait, yeah, I see it is not vast in vain this time. He's quite correct. But that makes no sense. Yeah, wasn't she supposed to be the landscape painter in sound or something? Well, since we have her here... Wait, in which case her testimony from before is entirely out of the window. She did actually mention it's not what she sees, it's like what she hears. Well, you know, I'm kind of paraphrasing, but she said something like that. But yeah, that kind of throws her entire testimony out the window. Considering she said she saw somebody, and it couldn't have been Machi. Oh, fuck. That throws it not in our favour. Why not ask Lammy herself? I believe she is still in the witness waiting room. Apollo, what does this mean for our case? Probably nothing good. Don't ask me, I had no idea she couldn't see. Pardon me. I hadn't even imagined it until now. Oh god. Oh god. I can't stop yawning. Bailiff, bring in Lemmy. Do it. Jeez. Lemmy! It pains me deeply to call you before us again in this way, and yet I must. Please, do not be concerned on my behalf. Those eyes, she really can't see? Really? It is true. How funny it is that a tiny lie born in the Borginian countryside would one day grow to entangle the entire world. So you are? Yes, as I mentioned before. I have no memory of the time before I became Lemmy. Know too that my memories began in darkness. The word light has no meaning for Lemmy. I see. You may recall me saying something toward the beginning of this trial. Hair forehead. What's that? I believe I said it was unfortunate this crime had no direct witnesses. Oh, that's fucking vague. Now, Lemmy, I must ask you to stand once more. Will you testify to the court about your eyes? Of course. It was never my intent to deceive any of you. May I begin, Your Honour? Yes, of course. Though I admit, I'm a little lost here. I think we're all a bit lost here, Your Honour. Yeah. So, Lemmy's eyes. I have no memory of the light. I debuted in a world of darkness and sound. My producer came up with my PR line before he knew this. So, silly as it may sound, I had to pretend I could see. Everyone on my staff knew, of course, but no others. Wow, that was short. Sheesh. But this is a murder trial. I apologise. It was part of my contract, you see. I was to keep my blindness a secret, no matter what. Music is everything for me. I never imagined something like this would happen. She told us the truth in the beginning. When she said she saw nothing. Ah, yeah. Point. Very well. Does the defense have anything to add? Cross-examination. I'd like to cross-examine. But what is there left to ask? There was one thing in her testimony that bothered me. Perhaps it is best we I'll let you get it out of your system. Someday you'll come to understand the importance of thinking for yourself. Very well. The defense may proceed. However, be aware this court will not tolerate any questions deemed too stressful to the witness. Oh. Okay, there was only one part that bothered me. Just let me ask about that and I'll be happy. Okay, so I'm not allowed to press anything. Aside from the one thing that I should, which is... I know which part it is, thankfully. It basically goes back to when we found Truce. Whatever. could see... There it is. Everyone on my staff knew, of course, but no others. When you say your staff, do you include Mr. Oh. Twos? Mr. Latouze? Whatever. Of course, he was my manager. So he knew. And that's what's been bugging me. There it is. Something the matter, Mr. Justice? I believe I know what is bothering our young defense attorney. You're thinking of when you discovered the body, yes? Is he right, Apollo? Yeah, I was. He's alive. Mr. Latouze, can you hear me? Cold. Yeah, so cold. Witness. You're cold? Don't worry, you're going to be fine. Help is on the way. Wait a minute. Yeah, witness can't see. Yeah, if you literally just ignore what Apollo says and put his words together. He says cold, so cold, witness, ... can't see. Who's the witness? Yeah, the witness is Siren. Oh. So he did actually reveal that she was blind then. Mr. Latouze told me to ask the witness and he named you. Why would he do that? He knew you were blind. I don't know. Tisk tisk. What did I just say? You need to learn to think for yourself. Meaning what? There is no mystery here if you recall everything he said. Think of his last words once more. The witness... Siren? No, the witness can't see. We've heard them many times, along with a little play acting by our defense. I remember them well myself, but that statement is not to what I refer. I mean what you said before that. Before? What came before that? Can't see. That's right. He tried to tell you. When he said can't see, he wasn't talking about himself. He was talking about the witness. I see. Too bad the defense did not. Well, Hair Forehead? Try relaxing and looking at the facts first next time. Oh, don't we feel foolish? Oh dear. Order, order. Recall Lemmy's earlier testimony. Sheesh, we're just recalling every fucking thing. It was on my way from the stage... to the backstage exit. There were 2 shots. I couldn't do anything to stop it. But she couldn't have heard those gunshots. I thought we proved that. That is not the most important point here. Hmm? The moment he was shot, Mr. Latouze witnessed her through that window. Why else would he have named her as the witness? But I really did hear them. 2 gunshots. And the man's voice. Unfortunately, such a thing was impossible. The window was closed. We have already run a simulation, of course. But it was so clear, if I heard that voice again, I would know it in an instant. Your Honor, what is it, bailiff? Can't you see we're in a session here? Or we're in session here? We have the results back from the investigation. The investigation? Ah, the Interpol number that Mr. Latouze left us. Well, let's hear it. We will continue this cross-examination afterward. Detective Crescent, your report, please. I asked Interpol about that number. I'm sure you'll find their answer intriguing. Quick work as always, Darian. Well, tell us about the number. Is the defendant a secret agent? IPXX314206. The agent registered under this number was Romain Latouze. What? So he was the Interpol agent. Our undercover Interpol agent was Mr. Latouze himself. Oh God, the fucking penis hair's back. He was apparently in the middle of an operation. So when he wrote those letters, He was trying to tell us his own identity, and a cautious killer tried to wipe them away. Mr. Latouche was an undercover Interpol agent? So him being Lammy's manager was just a cover, most likely. There's one other important detail I found. Well, out with it. It concerns that .45 caliber revolver, the murder weapon. Apparently it belonged to Romain Latouche. He had an Interpol permit to carry firearms, and the registration number on the revolver matched. So the victim was killed with his own weapon, which makes sense. It's hard to imagine someone who wasn't an Interpol agent with such a large revolver. So the victim was an Interpol agent on an undercover op. I wonder how that ties into everything. It's weird that Interpol is still. It's like still got its grip on the game. I mean, Interpol was in Investigations 2, and now this. Although technically I think the way the story goes is Investigations 2, then Apollo Justice. Yeah, it definitely does. Because from Trials of Tribulations to Apollo Justice, there's a 7-year gap, so... Right, it's got to tie in somehow, you'd think. Yeah, somehow. And so looking into that for us, Detective Crescent. It's a great help. Oh, no problem at all, Your Honor. I'll be heading out. Bloody hell. I love how every trial has this, too. What? Wait. Okay. Lemmy, is something the matter? That voice just now. Oh. Darian? Mr. Darian, is it? It was him. I am sure of it. It was him? You aren't saying... That voice I heard. Talking to Mr. Latouche. When I heard the gunshots fired. It was him. It was Mr. Darian. Is this some kind of a joke? What? Oh no. No way. Do not. The courtroom fell into such a chaotic state, the trial had to be suspended temporarily. I'd never seen that happen before. Of course, it's not every day that you get an accusation like that one. Lemmy, finger in Darian Crescent. Not only is he a guitarist, he's a detective. Could it really have been his voice Lemmy heard? Things were changing fast, and frankly, I wasn't sure I could keep up with it. Hey, no wimping out now, Apollo. What? You bastards. Good though, because it's been nearly 3 fucking hours. I just wanted to get through the first investigation in the trial, and then I might finish the case next session, but I don't fucking know. It's gonna be a push, because there's 3 things to do, and if they all take an hour, that's 3 hours. They take so long, but I love this game, it's so good. Either way, that is gonna be the end of this session. Thanks so much for watching, I hope you have enjoyed, and until next time, take care.